Yeah. Yeah. Let's ride out to some Cambada.
World full of busy bees working. I ain't never met a free person. I don't get along with these earthlings. I'm trying to seek purpose, fight for something I believe's worth it. For the curse, I'ma reverse it. I don't dream cause I sleep nervous. Yet I keep flirting, face death like a Steve Irwin. Oh heat, I'ma drink thermos. Tell the bartender keep serving. I'm trying to be perfect, using dirty shit to clean dirt with. Only happy when the weed burning. Traded oxygen to breathe herpes. Till I see curtains, lungs fail and they cease working. Air is something that I need urgent. Suffocating, trying to squeeze words in. What would I do with my last breath? Would I yell? Would I cry? Would I laugh? Cause I'm glad that I'm past that mess. Till I pass, never felt that blessed. Even bad breath when you living is better than good breath. When you lack flesh, got a class chest that I cracked and my lost breath hasn't made it back yet. I'm on my last breath, walking the last step. I'm on the last test, final answer and my last guess. Wonder what I gotta pass next. I'm on past that mess till I pass, never felt that blessed. Even bad breath when you living is better than good breath. When you lack flesh, got a glass chest that I cracked and my lost breath hasn't made it back yet. I'm on my last breath, walking the last step. I'm on the last test, final answer and my last guess. Wonder what I gotta pass next. I'm on my last quest, so much harder than my last track. Mad bless, hope I can outlast death. Grim Reaper got my address, down to my last cent. Cash back from a check I don't even have yet from my last rent. Swear that shit has got me mad stressed. I inherited my dad's debt. Never got to hear his last breath. And the only reason I ain't passed yet, I'm the first ever in the last left. It's like a tractress. I attract women, they the bad women. I'ma splash in them, leave a bag with them. Then I raise seeds to be mad different. If I die now, I'm coming back in them. Cause they dad missing, but they cash dripping. Cause they royalty, so they brag different. Ain't no ass kissing, never had feelings. Seen a white victim in a black niggas. Mac ripping on my last mission. Yak sipping. Slack slipping, smack hit him, now we act different. Apparition, the bad vision, the Mac a chip him, a crash the system. Uncle Tom, cause you that willing. Fuck the law, I'm going back to living. Astroprism, the black religion. Activism, the conversations. Sacrilegious, the palms of Satan. Black magicians, Babylon erasing. Raise our hands to the God we praising. Hustling, the marathon we racing. Nipsey at the finish line, he waiting. What would I do with my last breath? Would I yell? Would I cry? Would I laugh? Cause I'm glad that I'm past that mess. Till I pass, never felt that blessed. Even bad breath when you living is better than good breath. When you lack flesh, got a glass chest that I cracked and my lost breath hasn't made it back yet. I'm on my last breath, walking the last step. I'm on the last test, final answer and my last guess. Wonder what I gotta pass next. I'm on my last quest, so much harder than my last track. Mad bless, hope I can outlast death. Grim Reaper got my address, down to my last cent. Cash back from a check I don't even have yet from my last rent. Swear that shit has got me mad stressed. I inherited my dad's debt. Never got to hear his last breath. And the only reason I ain't passed yet, I'm the first ever and the last left.
Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. All right. That's the God. Cambada with the red pillar, blue pillar, twin pillar combination. Yeah, y'all already know what it is. Last breath. Look out for that video coming. Shout out to Cambada. I got up with Cambada. What was it, yesterday? And we made classics. We made another classic, of course. You know, shout out to everybody that is patiently waiting for the Scorpion King to drop. You know what I'm talking about? That time has come upon us. So June 21st, we will be rolling out the Scorpion King project. I believe it's called Scorpion King 2020. All right. So, love and light, peace to the family. Welcome to another episode of Melanin Mondays. Melanin Monday episode 119. Hashtag Attention Economy 2020 and hashtag Phase 2 Endgame. All right. So we have a special guest tonight. We have a special guest in the building. This is going to be a special episode. This is going to be very heavy on the information. So get your pens and your pads. Tonight has been an explosive night of information just all around in the quote unquote ecosphere. In the so we're gonna end it out. You know, it's not how you start the race, it's how you end it. So we're gonna end the night out with some information by way of red pillar and blue pillar. So without any further ado, I want to open up the line for my guest tonight, the one and only Blue Pillar. Peace. Peace to the God. Oh, let me unmute you. Okay, gotta unmute your mic. Gotta unmute your mic. Unmute your mic.
Peace to the God. Yes, indeed.
Yes, yes, yes. Peace, God. Peace to the God.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, sir.
What's good with you, bro?
Say it again.
I said, what's good with you?
You can see what's good with me. Talk black to me. That's what's good with me. I'm in 4K. I'm in 4K. I'm in your telephone looking very, very futuristic right now. So I'm doing great. And I'm looking great. Talk black to me. Yeah. Yeah, say me Genesis. You're looking great too, my good brother. Shout out to the Blue Pillar and the ATL, the ATLians. Atlantis in the building.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Nah, I mean, it's been a very impactful night full of information.
Whew.
So,
man, classic Phil Valentine, you know? Classic Valentine. Valentine is on a victory lap, right? Let's think about it, Blue. About a year ago this time, there was like chitter chatter going on in dark rooms, even in rooms that were lit up. And the chitter chatter, this was around the time of the vaccine conference. Remember that in Harlem? So the vaccine conference that was in Harlem was featuring Dr. Phil Valentine and Robert Kennedy Jr. And there was a lot of chitter chatter in the back office and other places where people were like, what's up with Valentine and his vaccination stuff, right? Like, what's going on with the master teacher doing stuff with Robert Kennedy talking about vaccinations? Like, what part of metaphysics is that? And then they were like, but hold on. And what's up with that Pizzagate stuff, right? There were grown men who,
they were very critical of Valentine's decisions about what he wanted to talk about and what he felt was paramount at the time. He was blowing the trumpet, and he was front and center blowing the trumpet, and he took arrows for it at that time. But you know, they said history will vindicate you in the long run.
That's right, right?
And now I said, time tell, we'll see who the prophet is.
Exactly. Who said that historical line?
Nasir.
Nasir, right? The prophet.
Yeah.
Nasir is definitely a prophet by way of his Rambo. So, you know, the doc, one who has really, you know, throughout the lifetime of the majority of us as students, right? Doc has been on the pulse of a lot of things, right? He was the one who brought the light code transmission to get many of us out of the darkness that New York was under after the smoke road.
Right.
Here the doc comes talking to his inaugural students, right? Maybe 10 years later, because remember, people been listening to Dr. Valentine, Bobby Hemmett, and all of them for about 10 to 20 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Doc came to his master students with a dilemma, right? And he really came with a message that challenged the metaphysical dark matter underground, you know, student body. Because what he brought up was the fact that sex magic and the fact that quote unquote sexual magic and spirit cooking was taking place, right, on a very large scale by a very influential group of people, right, who by the perversion of the sexual principle were were actively disrupting the scheme of things, because with the pedophilia and the sexual deviancy that runs rampant in places of power, not Hollywood. Hollywood is a stop on that Uber Eats, the Lolita Express beyond, right? Because Netflix put out a trailer about Jeff Epstein, right? And it glamorized and it glorified him because of his quote unquote big bank, right? They decided to paint the picture because, you know, a trailer is the paintbrush, right? It sets the tone. So the tone that they set via Netflix for Jeff Epstein, right, who is a key component to the unraveling or to the apocalypse that is taking place on a collective scale, because there's a lot of stories and there's a lot of things, but he's a connector. He's a key connector. He's a key component.
Yeah, and let's define what the word apocalypse means. Apocalypse means uncovering.
Apocalypse means
right?
Uncovering. Apocalypse means unveiling. Apocalypse means the revealing. The apocalypse means to be woke or to be violently woken out of your sleep, in a sense, the quote unquote proverbial sleeping giant. The waking up of the sleeping giant is the volcanic eruption, right? It is the quote unquote explosion that they speak about, that along with other biblical narratives or other biblical analogies, Hollywood took it, and what did they do? They infused it with a debilitating ingredient or with a debilitating, crippling factor that's known as fear. Now, if anybody paid attention to American God season finale, season 2, the season finale, the opening scene was with the God of the new gods, and he was called Mr. World, right? And it opened up on the set of the War of the Worlds, right? Where they were utilizing through media, through mind control, a 9/11 type event for that time. Because the corona or the pandemic is a 9/11 type event. 9/11 is a 9/11 event. Pearl Harbor is a 9/11 type event. And what they did with the War of the Worlds, where they made people around who were possessors of radio transmitters.
They put them in game.
They put them in game. They put them in a fear bag, right? That they never really took them out of, because immediately after that, people got bombarded with Lovecraft. They got bombarded with the horror movies. They got bombarded with horror,
with live assassinations.
Live assassination. But the article that I put up about the winter that never was, 1819, I believe it was. There was a year that there was no winter because of a volcanic eruption. And I said that the spirits have told me that that is going to happen again, right? There's going to be a volcanic eruption, and it's going to be what is known as a volcanic winter. The quote unquote, because now we're going through, hit it, Blue.
What's that?
The with the sun.
What they saying is the solar minimum.
Solar minimum. Right? This is very important. The last solar minimum was last year. Right?
Mm-hmm.
They're like, yo, the sun is not going to feed y'all the way that it was feeding y'all before. There's a lot of implications in that. I would definitely want you and KT and some other people to unpack that what that story is about. Right?
Right. I mean, you want to hear my interpretation, or you want me to do some research?
I want to hear your interpretation, and then I want to add on based off of some information that was given to me or that I learned or I received this week.
Mm-hmm. Now, go ahead first.
All right. So, the sun is the father.
Yes.
The sun is the masculine principle.
Yes.
Right? The sun is the planter of the seed.
Mm-hmm.
Earth, the ocean, the jungle, the forest, mama, divine feminine. It gives life, right? Everything sprouts from it. Life comes from the ocean. Life comes from the earth. Life comes from snow. Life comes from the jungle. So the father, right, impregnates the mama because the sun's rays penetrate, right? They penetrate the ozone. It's a lot of penetration taking place now. It's breaking through a bunch of things. And then it does what? It kisses you, right? They say that they love the sweatshirt, Blue. Can we get a small, let's do a commercial break.
Okay. What I was supposed to do, I'm doing a spin. I'm doing that.
Talk black to me. Talk black to me. Where it all began. Sabergenesis. Where it all began. A Sabergenesis. Where it all began. A Sabergenesis.
Nah, this is actually a year and 2 days after we filmed for the documentary, right? The documentary with Nick Cannon.
Nick Cannon, that's a fact.
Yeah. So, you know, this particular shirt and what it represents is pretty much speaking about what our energy was on that day a year ago and a few days ago. And that was establishing the fact that this narrative was mainly centered around a body of work that Dr. Sabi and Mama Pill did in the 80s. And the amount of people that were physically present at that time, they could fit inside of a Sprinter. You know, and we were there. Shit, AA was there as well.
AA was there.
Yeah, by way of his mother, Mafisa. You know?
Mafisa was there. Ashraf was there. AA was there. Billy was there.
KT was there. Right? I said KT was there. The whole family was there.
Yeah, Nakiba,
And there were
Iwa.
a lot of people that were there, but the people who were there, they participated in that Genesis. And, you know, we're eager just as everybody else to see what does the documentary amount to. But at the same time, you know, the story still goes on, life goes on, and chapters are still being included and added, so it's just
That's
it's just
just one. That's one chapter and an ongoing legacy, a greater story that's never really been told. Pieces of it get told,
Mhm.
and that's a great thing. Windows get opened up so people can see a segment. Books get written, like the book that Mr. G put out, where the chapter is about finding Philip. You know, books get written, stories get told, but no one will ever be able to tell your story the way that you're going to be able to tell it, right? There's no one on this planet. I can't even tell Blue Pillar's story and put the amount of sauce. I'm going to season that shit up, of course, but the amount of sauce, the secret sauce, is a secret that this man is born with and he will die with. The secret sauce of what makes Red Pill is my secret, and nobody could take that secret from me. You know what I mean? That's something like we all like with Bitcoins or like with Coinbase. There's that key, or when you're live streaming, there's a stream key. You know what I mean? There's your crypto wallet. Like that's that key that we have. It goes back to what we were talking about, what Dr. Valentine was speaking of about the spark. The fact that the God is within, that is the spark. There is many layers of us. This being the avatar. If you could wrap your minds around the aspect of the body being the same body that the Voltron lions are, or the same body that the Transformer is, or the same body that the Blue Navi from Avatar is and whatnot. It is a machine. It's a transport machine. It's a reproductive machine. It's an energy machine. It's
Right.
an electrical machine. Huh?
And it's encasing a spark of light, right?
An
And
angle of light.
in the Transformer movie, they would call it the All Spark.
The all spark. Look, when your father, right, Baba, and everybody got one. Mama, and everybody has one. That's a conversation that we could have, and we could say that this is the collective talking. When your father busts what is known as that nut, and it basically explodes and hits the egg, right? The Big Bang, you know, that's that light. And what is called angels is really an angle of light. You basically come in, that's that light. If you were when I was in a dark room, the conception of a mirror, I saw the light. I saw the light. You know what I mean? It was like a halo. I knew that magic took place. Let's think about this concept. This is something that I learned this weekend. Shout out to Uncle Hank Rosin. You know, I took, we were on Father Rich's show. Shout out to Father Rich, and um, he threw out a gem that there was initiation taking place with some shamans in Colombia, and he offered, he gave me a offer, and that was an offer I couldn't refuse. And there was a lot that I learned this weekend. One of the things that I learned is um, the most sacred creation is life, right?
Mhm.
And another thing that I learned from the shaman is the most sacred thing is our sexual energy, right? The shaman said that magic is sexual energy. The shaman said that the shaman said that sex magic is the highest form of magic. The shaman was saying everything that I've been hearing a lot of my master teachers teach. But it sounded, the way that the shaman was giving it up, it was just an add-on to what's really good, right? Think about the fact that you might waste 100,000 seeds, but one of those seeds get planted, right? And you get to see with one of those seeds that you didn't waste or spill or just throw away or rub off. If you plant one of those seeds that are really magical seeds, right? That's really, if you want to talk godhood, or if you really want to talk about magic, or if you really want to talk about what's really good, it's the fact that you could create God and goddesses, and you could really make some things pop. And the fact that you saved one of those, and that one germinated and then formed and then actually created itself into a living organism that made its entry into the world through the birth canal of your whiz, right? That child comes forth, right? And then that child takes over said whiz. That child is one with the whiz, right? The whiz belongs to that child forever. You understand? The child was born from within it. But the child has all rights to the temple, to the heart, to the mind, to the essence of its host, which is its mother.
Right.
Right?
I understand.
But that child is yours. That child is that sperm. And the shaman said that the same way that you could give birth to a child, you give birth to thoughts. The shaman also said that the marijuana plant is the most sacred medicine plant that you can use to inaugurate sexual magic and to bring down the energies, the elements. He only spoke about the 4 elements, the manipulation of the 4 elements. You know, I'm really just gonna, I'm not gonna get too much into it, but he spoke about men conserving their magical powers. He said you cannot do ceremony and have sex before, a day after. You will lose the charge. You are not to be utilizing it's tantra. Like Blue Pill says, the power is in the charge. Hold the charge. Get very charged up, but hold the charge. And whilst holding the charge, that's when the magic is. That's where you strike. That's where the intent is. That's where it's charged up. It's a whole bunch of charge in that. When you release the charge, you release the magic, right? It's a simple analogy. The reason why our generations have been weakened, and the reason why our generations are in a quote-unquote crisis in regards to the way that we are quote-unquote manifesting, and the lack of manifesting, and the lack of procreating, and the fact that we don't have the science of of how to birth a god or a goddess, and it's a whole bunch of other things that we're missing the science of. But just birthing the fucking thought, forget that's higher levels. Just birthing a thought, just being on one with your mate, and when achieving orgasm together with intent. It's all about intent. Montauk Chia is going to teach you this. Nick Yama, the Tantra Mongoose, is going to teach you this. Aline Bay is going to teach you this. Blue Pill is going to teach you this. There's many teachers that get into all of this. And then let's not forget the breathing, because that is also tantamount. That is the foundation of everything. Everything breaks down to the breath. It is all about breath control. It is all about the spirit. It is all about controlling it. Because once you control the spirit or the breath, then making love and reaching orgasm or being able to tap into not just having sex, being able to have energetic God frequency. I'm talking about where there's a connection when you become one, when you tap in. The shaman said that you should not abuse the marijuana plant for anything other than that. Meaning that when you light up, you better be ready to send them right up. Facts. Don't just be smoking the smoke. That's what he says.
Right.
This is a sacred plant, and the sacred plant was utilized. Remember when they banned marijuana, what did they say, Blue?
What aspect of it? They
weed. Mexican reefer madness. Remember, I think
they marginalized it because they wanted to get rid of the hemp plant, right, and stop the hemp industry from taking over so many other industries in America at the time. So they marginalized it and they demonized it, and they aligned it with sexual predatorship over white women by saying that when quote unquote so-called black and brown people, you know what I'm saying, was smoking the wacky weed, right, it would make them attack white women.
Yeah.
So they said white women wasn't safe. Now, family, just think about how much legislation, how much annihilation, how much thievery, how much chaos they have been able to cause by beating on that one drum. The white woman is not safe. Nigga, you gonna die.
How many times you beat on that drum?
To make the white woman safe.
But when they beat on that drum, that is
that's they were able to demonize marijuana by way of cannabis, and by proxy shut down the hemp industry. So they killed about 3 birds with 1 stone.
Exactly.
Prior to that, you know, more so it was understood that that particular plant was administered in spiritual ceremony as sacrament. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You wasn't randomly just getting high. You wasn't just always drove up and knocking down loud packs. That's not how that went. It was ceremonial and it was sacrament. And when you are opening up those doors and those chambers to bring down and deduce a thought, it's incumbent upon you to activate on that particular principle. That's like a bind between you and the divine and the Most High, right? The manna comes down from heaven. If you squalor them gems or those pearls, then why would you be worthy of continuous blessings? And that becomes a burden on the people, especially melanated people. They become such strong transducers to that conduit where solutions are coming, ideas are coming, abundance is coming, and that shit be getting squandered. You feel me?
Right.
Because now the only thing that people is chasing is a high. They just chasing the stimulus of being numb. Right? That's a paradox. The stimulus of being numb. You know what I'm talking about?
But
so, I mean, we spoke about this earlier
on
one of the lives, and I just want to reiterate it because this was really a.
Let them know about your live, please. If you could even put that, it's Blue Pillar 44 on IG. He did an exclusive live tonight.
Oh, that son, they be clipping my joint and when they count down to the seconds.
I know, and this is why I wanted to say that, Blue. Yeah. I'm glad you mentioned that. I'm saying that to say, fam, we need an arm. We don't need an army, but we need some people to record our IG lives. One of the things y'all might not realize, we're not even able to save them. So when they're finished, they clip them. Most the super lit ones, they get clipped. I might have lost 100 plus super lit downloads that I got because the IG lives be download. You go on IG live 8 times out of the 10, you're tapping into some shit and downloading because
right in the moment, right in the now.
Yeah, there's something that they figured out for to release flow states and dopamines with them fucking hearts and them emojis flying and a bunch of other shit going on that even YouTube don't got.
Facts. It's
a
different track.
It's a different track.
It's a different marathon because you know that you got an hour. You have to. Now this is if you make fire lives, right? If you know your methodology, you got to heat up at a certain time. It's Jordan-esque. You know what I'm saying? You could put on an Illmatic performance in one live and shift somebody's whole paradigm. You know what I'm saying? With just wild combos. Bing, 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 bing. No. The information is coming in real time. I make sure my lives is interactive. I'm like a freestyle rapper that I'm like, yo, throw me a word.
But this my thing. I want to interact with it more.
Yeah.
But I pull back and I hold back because the content.
Yeah, you don't be want to give them.
Nigga, this is not Mission Impossible. Why is you taking this cloth and throwing it away? Cloth is on clearance on Instagram. They don't respect the cloth. So it's so much shit that you could do on IG. Because look at this. Let's think about the psychology of Instagram versus YouTube. On IG Lives, pictures come to life.
Mm-hmm.
On IG Live, pictures come to life, Brody. I'm interfacing with people for years on the gram, and I only saw pictures of them. Mm-hmm. I don't know what she sound like. Oh, she sound crap. Oh
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
She sound like one of the Fat Albert kids. I think that nigga who had the fucking knitted over his face. Right?
Seriously.
Sound like that nigga. You know? Shit be crazy. She sound like homie from the Muppets. Remember the Muppet dude who couldn't talk? She sound like Animal from the Muppets. Like, I seen some lives of some IG baddies.
Yeah.
I unfollowed them within the first 2 seconds, B. The minute they opened up their trap. I was like, nah. You should have had, you know what I mean? Should have had auto-tune or something. What? Y'all don't bring DJs home with
voice filters. Yeah, y'all got picture filters.
Y'all don't bring DJs home. Y'all should have had that shit on auto-tune. Don't talk, Ma. Wear the mask. Keep the mask on. Ma, beloved. Lifetime of mask, courtesy of Kings County. Don't take off the mask.
The Fashion Nova lifetime supply of masks, shorty.
Please. Dr. Valentine was like, that shit is a muzzle. I'm like, yeah, I'm in Walmart chilling right now these days.
Yeah.
Niggas got social distance and they muzzled. Yo, my shopping experience is a lot lighter these days in Whole Foods and many other places. There's no time for chitty chatter. You know what I'm talking about?
There's no time for chit chat. Somebody recognize you. You get
they don't red pillar.
Ain't nobody talking about, yo, let's take a picture.
I mean, we don't get no picture requests no more.
Yeah,
no, fuck that. One of my dirties caught me at a gas station that they turned into a trap one night. I was riding. I didn't know where I was at. You know, I be in sundown towns at 10 o'clock. You know, on the COVID lockdown, at 8 o'clock, it's a sundown town. Everything is completely closed down.
Mm-hmm.
I made a left. I wound up going to some gas station. It was a lot of activity with zombies with masks on. I get out and somebody's like, yo, is that Red Pillar? I'm like, God damn, a nigga can't catch a break. Oh shit. It's good, family.
Yeah,
Nah,
son.
but
You
you
know,
know,
boonies. I be in the boonies, son.
it don't matter. Like the red pill sighting, the red pill sightings, the blue pill sightings, those are that's some real shit. Like I need a GoPro. Y'all need to see this. Nah, but shout out to the young god because you know it's definitely every time I meet the family, it's a beautiful thing. I've made some great connections right there in real time where the reciprocation was real. I got mashed. What am I drinking? Coconut water. I've been mashed with C notes, Franklin's, 50s, 20s, 10s. I done got gifted, you know, so it's beautiful. Yeah.
Indeed. But look, let me get into some of this information. I don't want them to miss out on this.
Yes, indeed. Let you cook.
Right?
You want to share your screen or something?
Nah. I got that pulled up right now.
Okay.
Let's read some of this information. Scientists warn of freezing weather, famine, and earthquake as sun goes into lockdown. As the world is on lockdown to control the coronavirus pandemic, the sun is going through its own lockdown and it enters a period of solar minimum and its activity decreases. It's not just the world is going into lockdown, the sun's activity has also fallen, and scientists warn this could cause freezing weather, earthquakes, and famine. As the sun enters a period of solar minimums, its activity has decreased. Scientists report there have already been 100 days where the sun has displayed 0 sunspots. Right? That means the niggas wasn't popping. Feel me? There was no activity. They're like, yo, there was no synapses. There was pop on some Jordan Ness, you know what I'm saying? Plays being made. Like, oh shit, what? We got a challenge. Let me be the hero in this journey. I mean, of course, there were individual stories, but in terms of what's expected during the Jubilee year, when everybody's supposedly still running their marathon, you expect to see an acceleration, right? You expect to see there being an engagement to cross that victory lap and with your coronation, right? They canceled the Olympics. God damn it! This was your Olympics. Hold on.
Let me say something.
Hold
on. I gotta add on.
All right, go ahead.
The fact that we're still running Nipsey's marathon, right? The fact that we, as a culture, in a collective, exactly about a year ago, we were charged with a new narrative. Forget the Olympics. Forget the NFL. Forget the NBA. We were running a marathon, right? We were running a marathon. That was the charge. The charge was run the marathon, put in that work. So when you fast forward to where we're at, Blue, the potential of the rappers, the potential of these athletes, the potential of the people who said that they loved Nipsey, the potential of the ones who had the checkerboard emojis and hashtagged it, their sunspot, they did never have a mass corona ejection. They did not do anything to live up to the potential of the man that they said that they love. Hold on. Why do I do that? Hold on. Case in point. Did you see any of these millionaires get together during the lockdown and do anything monumental to shift the fucking needle? Did any of them get together? Even during the versus battles, they had poor equipment and technology to show that they didn't invest in anything. Did any of them come together besides asking for money? Did any of them push the needle and say, yo, during a Rock Nation brunch, while all of us were comparing our pastel suits and whatnot, we decided to put our ones together and invest in a D-Wave machine. We decided to put our ones together because Nas put us on the quantum computers, or will.i.am, or one of the people who understand what that is. Or we invested while we were on lockdown, we invested in an LLC or business, a health business, because the COVID-19 opened all of our eyes to UV, copper, CMOS, vitamin D, all of these things. Did any of them even do anything worthwhile that the thought leaders were doing? People like Blue when getting with 19, 19 getting with Derek, you know what I mean? People that were doing things, moving things on a guerrilla ground level, right? The woke people were, you know, hashtagging them sometimes, you know, highlighting them.
Right,
But
but where was the galvanizing? You know, the people belong to networks of organizers and mobilizers around the country because they do concerts. They know about venues. Like it could have been a mobilized effort. Like somebody should have. I'm sitting here talking about probables, and I know better than that. But still, for the sake of entertaining this conversation, you know, let's say y'all put money together and get 1,000,000 masks. It was on the market. If I could have got it, and Red could have got it, and we could have, you dig what I'm saying? Then somebody who had means that can snap their finger, that's an investment that you're making. Say what? You spend 1,000,000, you got a $10 million story, $100 million story. It's gonna pay back.
you put
Right?
your logo on it as merch.
Yeah, put your logo on it and make it merch. Like, you know, your blessings is gonna be so they don't even understand investment. They don't even understand, you know, how to create your own level of create your own value, you know, how to make something a credit.
They not stream chasers. They not stream chasers. They not living out their rhymes. A lot of them, right? They not living out their rhymes. They lying to us. They're so analog that it's embarrassing.
Yeah, it's embarrassing.
They not digital, huh?
It's embarrassing.
It's embarrassing, man. God damn.
There's nothing revolutionary, transcendental, or wavy about pursuing foreigners and designers and knocking balls down. Like that shit don't cut it. That's not gonna be it. That ain't it.
That's not it.
That's not it. And what this
Oh.
is. So what do? Do you advance that or you destroy it? Do you confront it or do you ignore it? You feel me? Do you allow your children to still be assaulted by it, or do you put them in game and start putting them on code to be like, look, we don't got time for that. That's mush brain conversations. Like you got to get your mind right. If it wasn't hitting the pandemic, why would you even resuscitate it in the reset?
That's a fact. I say we disrupt it.
Why would you expose yourself to COVID on wax?
Fact.
Feel me? Everything got to be sanitized. So let me get back to what I was saying though. Like Leo, Nipsey is a Leo. Nipsey symbolically represents sun energy. Leo is synonymous with the symbol of the sun and the metal gold. Okay. This sun that they say is a solar minimum, let me tell you about the sun. Right? Because this sun started communicating to me on the winter solstice, December 21st, when I was coming back to Atlanta from New York on a 16-hour bus trip on a China bus, of all places. And the sun was like, tell my story, let them know I'm coming. Right? And make a long story short, this sun is going to culminate into 2 solar eclipses. The first one happened the day after Christmas, December 26th. All right, there was a solar eclipse. They called it the Ring of Fire, and it actually set off the Ring of Fire volcanoes around the world in the specific Ring of Fire. Google it, right? Do the knowledge. It's all available via Google.
No, it's also available in Fear of a Black Messiah, the part 1. That's going to be on Netflix.com. But go ahead.
Okay. You put the balls in there. That's
I
what's
put
up.
them all in there. I put them all in there.
Yeah. So that's what was slapping with that at the time. You feel me? Last year we said that Nipsey represented a harbinger, and a harbinger is a sign of things to come, right? So the symbolism of what it means for a Leo to lose his life in the beginning of April during the reset of the new year on the cross on the 31st. So that's the last day of the astrological old year, right? A day
March
before the
31st.
beginning of the astrological new year, which would be spring or April 1st, when it was so serious that this child of God had been assassinated and they took this messianic force off the planet. They had to cancel April Fool's Day the next day because nobody was in the joking mode.
Nobody. Not
Right?
only they
Shut
have
that down. They sucked all the energy out of that. And then everybody all of a sudden knew it was real. And then the marathon began, right? Now people started getting on their good foot. Oh, I'm gonna run for homie. I'm gonna keep it pushing. Just like right now, they've been reminded to keep it pushing. Now they gotta run with Maud.
they
Right?
ran for Marta a year later.
They ran for Maud a year later, almost to the day. Come on, don't do it. Told y'all to come in here and share some bars. Don't start. You be on your
What, nigga? I'm
Thursday trying to
OB
regurgitate
top.
my shit like you said it the first time.
I'm
The
OB
reverse of it.
topping. I'm OB topping. I'm coming out the goddamn. I'm jumping out the gym with you. I'm throwing it off the backboard. Talk
Yeah.
back.
So I mean, there's a lot, that we're bearing witness to. And what I was saying is that when you put God in a box, right, in a verified, certified box, right, then you contain the energy. What I've been attempting to teach people for the last 4 or 5 years, and specifically those lectures in particular, because I did those after the Blood Moon monologues. All of the Law 44 lectures after the Blood Moon monologues was specifically telling you, yo, they got this ritual that they're putting together where they're
That's a
doing
fact.
ritualistic sacrifices under the blood moon, and they're charging up the Zionists and the evangelicals, right, who realize how to configure that ritual under that energy vector, because those tetrad blood moons represent the rebirthing cycles for the state of Israel, for the people of Israel, for the children of Israel. And it's not just enough to be like, yo, they stole our identity and they ain't them people and they fronting. What are you putting up in replacement of that to compete with what they stole and what they're running with? Because they're consistent with their ritual and they're locked into it, and that creates their strumming of frequency now based on dedication alone, right? Fortune favors the bold. Oh, you took the nigga shit. You put it on right in front of their face.
Yeah, then that's
What you
sure.
doing, Dougie, in front of them? Oh, that's you. Oh yeah. Oh, y'all
Sure.
bold. Cool. Y'all bold with it. Right in front. You in their hood, and they ain't run down yet. Oh, they don't want that because they
Then
run down everything else. They over here busting heads for blocks, for corners. But somebody stole your birthright and they right up underneath you, and they collecting rent from you. They stole your birthright and you paying them to be amongst them in a place that they put plays in place to bring you to in bondage in the first place.
right.
And they don't got no hammers, and they look like Finkelstein. You feel me? And you could backhand them niggas into next week. And not only do you pay, but you pay on time.
Right.
And you don't get no reductions. You don't get to work them down, break them down, Jew them down, right? You're paying them everything on site,
Sight.
and you're doing it to protect the sanity of your mama. So you running plays for mama. You went out there and you started shaking because of the pain that you seen mama go. That pain normally was at their hands because she couldn't pay the rent. What did niggas say? Huh? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So got my whole computer phasing out. You there?
Yeah, I'm here. The audio was being a little choppy and shit. I couldn't hear everything you were saying.
Yeah, man. It was those bars, man.
I know. You know, the ball
That condition,
jamming up the highway.
Yeah, the wires, they need to be fiber optic. Some of them shit's got to be converted over. They can't handle that bandwidth. So they understand if you get
Your light gotta go through fiber optic.
Yeah, I gotta go through fiber optic. So you know, we are witnessing some unprecedented events in our time. Let me tell you what the angel number is for 6666, right? Because it does have a polarizing frequency to it. It's not just something that's negative. 6666 is not 666. There's a difference. This is all about making the right decisions for you and never feeling guilty about wanting what is best for you. When you are in your best place, you are better able to help others. So what this is telling me, once again, the galaxy and the universe is making an indictment on the whole planet that disease is now a death sentence. You have to, by every and all means, be healthy. You have to make everything that you put in your mouth, you got to be thinking about COVID. Yo, is this going to compromise my immunity? Because if I do as much as cough, right, they might be taking me to a motherfucking camp. I don't know where I'm going to end up just for a cough. You're going to put yourself in game. You got a gig, you got a job, you got a family at home. They throwing your children in foster, and you might lose your gig because you got a cough, you got a runny nose, you got bronchitis, you got asthma, right?
Yeah.
You got pneumonia, whatever you got. It's a nigga in your complex that need that $1,200 bad. It's like, yo, I need to flip something. I showed the people that they have college courses in Johns Hopkins University teaching fucking COVID tracing already. My niggas on and popping. They did not, all of this shit has been in place. Ain't no way you telling me they stitched together all of this overnight. Right? And they got the nuts and bolts of these programs, but they don't have the nuts and bolts when it comes to anything else. Government don't know a goddamn thing. But that legislation was ready. Right?
Not only was that legislation ready, there's talks of the vaccine that's ready, and so you know that it's real. If you go and look at the vaccine on the stock market, it shot up a very considerable percent.
Moderna. Yeah.
So if you ever want to see if something is real, go and look at its stock. Fuck what everybody else is saying. You know, go and look at the stock. The stock will reflect if it's real, if the story is fake news or not. The stock is going to reflect if this company is being poised to do what they say that they're going to do. And the same way you got a dice game and a bunch of people put down on the line, and there's a bunch of people betting that homie could beat the 5. That's what the stock market is. There's a whole bunch of people that's like, yo, I'm going to put $1 on that stock because I want Tesla, I want Elon Musk to do what he does. I want that South African, transplant, Peter Thiel's man, to, get far and send those rockets up and get that Starlink up because he's one of us. So they get behind their people with their quote unquote investments. But go ahead, Blue.
Yeah. Everything that you were saying. Feel me? For the most part, everything that you were saying. You know? Trying to pull something up. Give me a second. Yeah, keep talking.
Yeah, so we're witnessing.
So this is another article, right, that brings a conversation to the forefront that needs to be had.
Okay.
U.S. lockdown protests may have spread virus widely. Cell phone data suggests devices associated with protesters travel up to hundreds of miles after rallies where few precautions were taken. Right? Um,
So,
Hold on. Cell phone location data suggests the demonstrators at anti-lockdown protests, some of which have been connected to COVID-19 cases, are often traveling hundreds of miles to events, returning to all parts of their states and even crossing into neighboring ones. The data provided to the Guardian by the Progressive Campaign Group, the Committee to Protect Medicare, raises the prospect that the protests will play a role in spreading the coronavirus epidemic to areas which have so far experienced relatively few infections. The anonymized location data was captured from opt-in cell phone apps, and data scientists at the firm BoatMap use it to determine the movements of devices present at protests in late April and early May in 5 states: Michigan, Wisconsin, Illinois, Colorado, and Florida. They even created visualizations to track the movement of those devices up to 48 hours after the conclusion of protests. The visualizations only show movements within states due to the queries analysts made in creating them. But the data scientists, Jeremy, okay, that's all I got on that right there.
mm-hmm. So the armed protesters that were demonstrating, um, they were disrupting the Senate floors, and they were marching on the state capitals. And there were articles that were coming out saying that the white supremacists were using that as recruitment grounds and whatnot. Are you saying at those rallies where they were basically utilizing terroristic threats against the government? At those rallies, they were spreading the coronavirus. That's what the reports are saying.
Yes.
That is interesting.
Yes. They're
Wow.
saying, but they're saying that, they're able to track this particular data, all of these gatherings, like you said, utilizing these high power computers, they can crunch all of that information and utilize this as a dating mining, right? A data mining psyops, unlike any other, where they could crunch real numbers in real times.
Okay. Yeah, I heard you on the IG talking about them using the quantum computers, them using the D wave, and I believe there's an article that came out about the D wave that you had on your IG.
It's not specifically about the D wave per se,
Mm-hmm.
but it can be explained through the D wave. NASA scientists discovered a parallel universe where physics and time run backwards.
That story
Right?
right there, because there's so many retrogrades going on right now.
Yes.
Can you go in on that one where they found a because I think when they found that universe, Blue, they found a universe that we used to be in.
Right.
If they found a universe that's backwards of this universe, they found whatever universe that we used to be in, and now we're in this universe. But if there's a universe that's the backwards to this, Biggie's alive, Pac is alive. We didn't go through what we went through.
But look, yeah.
Obama did what he said he was supposed to do. There's an alternative universe.
Let me read this before I get into that. This article popped up too. Scientists use IBM's quantum computer to reverse time, possibly breaking the law of physics. This came out March 13, 2019. The universe is getting messy, like a glass shattering to pieces or a single wave crashing onto the shore. The universe messiness can only move in one direction, towards more chaos and disorder. But scientists think that, at least for a single electron or the simplest quantum computer, they may be able to turn back time and restore order to chaos. This doesn't mean we'll be visiting with dinosaurs or Napoleon anytime soon, but for physicists, the idea that time can run backwards at all is still a pretty big deal. Normally, the universe's trend towards disorder is a fundamental law, the second law of thermodynamics. It says more formally that any system can only move from more to less ordered, and that the chaos or disorder of a system, its entropy, can never decrease. But an international team of scientists led by researchers at the Moscow Institutes of Physics and Technology think they may have discovered a loophole. For their experiment, the scientists used IBM's simple public quantum computer program, which uses two qubits, two units that, like a regular computer bit, can be a zero, a one, or a zero. But unlike regular computer bits, qubits can also take a form called superposition, where they are both one and zero at the same time. In this way, they follow the laws of quantum mechanics, which are less clear cut than the classical world humans inhabit. All right, so let me just go back.
Shout out to all of my students from Quantum Supremacy 2020 that was in the class for that breakdown. Shout out to everybody that showed up to Quantum Supremacy on Black Magic 363 a few years ago. That was a paid lecture, and we got into this. Is a very interesting field that I if you're a metaphysician, if you're into occult, if you're into shrooms, if you're into anything ancestral, I would highly encourage you to dive into the plethora of research. It's already out there. There's books. There's a lot of information.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
An experiment, NASA scientists detect parallel universe next to ours where time runs backwards. This is a line, a heading of a news article, bro. I'm talking about
You're crazy.
an experiment in the frozen wastes of Antarctica has revealed evidence of a universe born in the same Big Bang as ours, but with rules of physics that are completely the opposite. NASA scientists have detected evidence of a parallel universe right next to ours, where all of the rules of physics seem to be operating in reverse. Fans of sci fi and comic books have known all about parallel universes since the early 60s. But while physicists have been debating since 1952 whether we actually live in a multiverse, when quantum science pioneer Erwin Schrödinger gave a lecture that he himself admitted might seem lunatic, there's been little evidence so far of dimensions beyond our own. But now a cosmic ray detection experiment has found particles that just could be from outside our universe. Now, what have I been saying? Like, the law of 44 is what? I say that it is the invisible thread that shows you the throughway between the interaction, the interface between parallel universes.
But it is. It is that. It's the Kabbalah.
Right, the spirit realm, right on the tip of your nose. There is a constant wind of high energy particles coming from outer space, some of which are a million times more powerful than anything we can generate ourselves. Low energy particles, neutrinos, right, can pass completely through the Earth, barely interacting with the substance of our planet at all. The higher energy objects are stopped by the reassuringly solid matter of the Earth. That means that high energy particles can only be detected coming down from outer space. To detect a heavy particle, a tau neutrino coming up out of the Earth would imply that these particles are actually traveling backwards in times. And that is exactly what the Anita scientists have seen. Peter Gorham, an experimental particle physicist at the University of Hawaii and principal investigator at ANITA, is lead author of a Cornell University paper describing the bizarre phenomena, pointing out the sheer impossibility of the tau neutrino's behavior. Gorham suggested that the only way it can happen is if the particle changed into a different type of particle before passing through the Earth and then back again. It's a billion to one shot that might just happen once. but the Anita team have seen several of these impossible events. Even as the team wrote their paper, they knew the shape-shifting particle idea was a bit of a stretch. Not everyone was comfortable with the hypothesis, Gorham told New Scientist. The simplest and therefore scientifically the most elegant explanation is this. At the moment of the Big Bang, two universes were formed, ours and another one that, from our perspective, is running in reverse. Of course, if there were any inhabitants of this mirror universe, they see ours as a backwards one. Whoa.
Come on.
Yeah,
So,
I'm about to go into hibernation to finish my book. Dude.
bro, so they're saying that the universe is a twin, that there's a shadow, the same thing with the Sirius, with the dwarf star.
Not only that, right? Dragonfly 44 is a dimension that is 99.9% dark matter. That's the twin to this universe and this dimension. I already got the information on that.
Yeah.
But it's a trillion times bigger than the size of the sun. So it dwarfs this. It's like, it's yeah, man.
So they're saying that when the big, their theory is that when it happened, two universes were created, one the opposite this
right.
universe, and and in the depths of Antarctica. Right now, we've been listening to Billy Carson lately. Remind us, right, about the research about Antarctica, because we've heard that through Delbert, we were hearing that through Credo Mutua, we were hearing that through Valentine.
Right, Peter Molyneux was talking about that.
Peter Molyneux was killing that.
Bosnia. They're talking about all
you know
that.
What I mean? There's a handful of people who were going in on that. Eileen, right? So they're in Antarctica, of course, because the quantum computers operate at or at such levels of deep freeze that they have to be in places like Antarctica, you know what I mean, to operate. And then they said that they're opening up portals, and they witnessed, or they walked into, or they've made contact with an opposite universe of this.
Right. I mean, and people are correct. They showed that in Stranger Things. You know what I'm saying?
The upside down world.
Upside down world.
Upside down world, right? They
right.
showed that.
Shout out to Clanks. Hold on.
Yeah.
Checked in the other day. Buddha Clanks was talking about the topsy turvy backward world.
The topsy turvy world. Yeah.
He was talking about the twisty turvy.
Twisty.
Yeah.
Somebody said Disney Frozen too. Yep, Disney Frozen. That had some elements of it. I saw that. That had elements of a quantum realm and whatnot. You know, they're introducing that. They're rolling that out in popular culture. Spider-Man animated movie. Now I saw that at Pop Darby's crib with Bella and his son, and I did not get to see all of it, but that was the best Spider-Man that I've ever saw. Right, based off of what they were revealing, just in an hour and a half that I saw, that was the most. The animation on that, and I wasn't even on no shrooms or nothing. If you watch that on the Roomies, your brain is gonna heal, bro. You're gonna rebuild some neural pathways that you ran through when you were abusing your brain. So some people are talking about the Showtime series Dev. I've been hearing people tell me to go and watch Devs. I'm short for developer, and that's dealing with quantum.
Devs, okay.
Is the foundation to all of us of our age bracket when it comes to anything quantum. We knew nothing of quantum before Quantum Leap. So the Quantum Leap TV show was the illest TV show in regards to the imagination that it gave us and what the hell we could do by leaping through time-space continuum and affecting the timeline. God damn, nobody improved upon that. I haven't seen no rappers use that premise to push a narrative. Now, I don't ever want to hear anything about no rapper cop out about, oh, I'm a product of my environment. This is all I know. Lies and deceit. Go and watch all of the Drink Champ episodes. Whenever you get it, whenever you got to get it immunized first before you dive into any of these hip hop, catacombs. But go and watch Ice Cube's live doing his 20-year anniversary of America's Most Wanted. Go and watch Jay-Z on Charlie Rose. Go and watch him with anything with Elliot Wilson. Go and watch Scarface talking. Go and watch anything with Young Thug talking. What's the nigga from Slim Thug from out of Houston? Listen to the vernacular that these grown men are using and understand that these are intellectual men. They were lying to you. And based off of what Travis Scott does with his directors, I don't believe none of you niggas, because the directors come to y'all with dope ass treatments, dope ideas. They be wanting to stretch the fucking image, but a lot of y'all don't want to take it there. And y'all want to just dumb down a lot of the art. The artist, it's incumbent on the artist at this point to push the culture further through their art and their science, but definitely through their visuals and whatnot. But go ahead.
No, you good.
Yeah, because Quantum Leap, man, woo! If we do an updated version. Now, if I had millions of dollars and I watched Quantum Leap, and then somebody like Idris Sandu or Blue Pillar broke down what the power of the quantum D-wave machine is, I'd be like, really? We could do that? Yes. You could be in the possession of a machine that answers 200,000 questions in 20 seconds, right? Without even sweating, right? So you can ask the computer, how can I make $1 billion in a year? And you could run a Dr. Strange computation. What's a Dr. Strange computation? This is how Western society works. They simplify complex thoughts through their fantasy industry, through their movies and through their cartoons. So being that we all watch The Vendors, and Dr. Strange showed you what he simplified the quantum thing by showing you, I ran a computation of 14 million, right, possibilities, and I came up with one to beat Thanos. That's the D-Wave computer. And I said, I've shared this. I logged in. I showed people my login screen and everything on my back page that I was a member of what was called Leap 2, right? Where I had access to the D-Wave computer.
Yeah, me too. They be sending me email.
Yeah, for 1 second. They gave me 1 second a month. But I'm going to do it where I propose to the audience, the students out there. I say, yo, they want $3,000 a month to get on the quantum computer and just go super ham. Y'all want to make a mastermind group and we become quantum supremacy certified? And they were like, let's go. And I'm like, what you waiting for? Let's do it. Facts2020.org. Talk black to me. The T in fact is technology. Let's go. I want to surf on the D wave. I want to do something that's never been done before, but I don't want to talk loud on these computers and whatnot, on these YouTubes, and give away the claw. Because I'm not going to be up here like a fucking seal and whatnot, dancing for YouTube audiences about some shit that's dealing with quantum supremacy.
I was about to tell you that.
That's an offline conversation.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
No, I already know. That's behind paywalls. That's membership. That's real cloth. That's cloth with rhinestones.
Yeah, you jump.
You don't give. I will never weaponize. I would never give out a nuclear key on the internet like that. We got to be responsible. It's the reason why niggas don't know about the D-Wave. But let me share something with my gods and my goddesses and my neguses and my nagas. Y'all know about it. Y'all know that it's within our reach. There's nothing to even talk about. We should find out when we're going to get up. I guess once we, get you some UV ray lights, get you some heavy copper, go to Kings County Big Cartel. We finally got the 5G, the anti-5G jewelry. I'm Shanghai down. You know what I'm talking about? I used to be Gucci down to the socks. Now I got the Shanghai. Talk black to me. Yeah, I got it on my wrist. You know what I'm talking about? I got it on my neck. Yeah. I got,
Oh man, I gotta make a move at some point.
You gotta make a move?
Hmm?
I'm gonna let you wrap it up there, my good brother. Do your thing. My bad.
Yeah. There's a lot can be said about what we're witnessing leading up to the month of June. The month of June, June 21st, is going to be the next solar eclipse, right? Summarizing that whole aspect of this, the two kings or the two suns coming in this 1 year cycle, right? The second coming, this powerful, powerful magnified sun is coming in that is not at its solar minimum. The melanated children of the sun have to turn up for their coronation. This is not a year that you can afford to go to sleep and miss out on. This is the run. This is the marathon. This is where we make it to our victory lap. We have to self-determine what it is that we want to do with this time and this energy. You feel me? Like I said, it's so many people making sea moss, but all right, you activated on the superfood. What you doing with that? What you doing with that energy output? What are people creating out there? Right? Where are they channeling their energy and their resources to? We have an opportunity to build out a future for ourselves, and that window is going to close very soon. What is the means of which you are going to deny them coming up in your crib, to put needles in your arm? This is not a joke. This is what they have planned for people who don't have plans for themselves. There's a lot of people that are going to fall into that. How you going to feed yourself? You know what I mean? If you got to get low, do you know how to? Can you, in 30 seconds, can you walk away from it like they said in Heat? Right? Who you going to take with you? You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
there's real discussions that need to be had, real decisions that need to be made, real preparation that needs to be dealt with. And we have to be a lot more scientific about what we do on these platforms and who we feeding and what we feeding them. You get what I'm saying? Like, this is not a game. You know, it's very easy for them to crunch numbers. We think that 330 million people is a lot of people, right?
That's a swipe.
Yeah, that's a swipe. It's gonna be, it's gonna come down to the 144,000. That's about the type of numbers that you're looking at that's gonna be able to resist what's coming around the corner because they were just concerned with, stimulating themselves. You know what I'm saying? And wanting to feel alive again by spending money and being social and not spending enough time with themselves and really transforming and getting that discipline together to go further and further into transformation, utilizing the trajectory of this sun, going back into this glorious station in Leo, right? We're about to go through Gemini. Gemini is the lungs. This is the make it break it point for COVID.
Speak up.
Huh?
You gotta speak up, my friend. They said that they
Yeah.
can't.
I said we going into Gemini. Sign of Gemini. The sign of Gemini is an air sign, synonymous with the lungs. This is going to be the make it or break it for the second wave of COVID. It's either going to do what it do or it's not going to do it. But if it does it, it's going to do it crazy.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
I attribute a lot of the flattening of the curve to what took place in the 4-4 meditation, and I directly give that as a line through you. You helped build that node, so thank you for that, Brother Blue. Is there a date that's coming up that we could collectively come back together? And because, like you said, the reason why I subtitled this show Phase 2 is because Disney rolled out the 4 phases of, Marvel rolled out the 4 phases of the Marvel Universe. And they ended the 4th phase with Endgame, right? With Avengers Endgame, where Thanos basically killed off half of the Marvel Universe. So phase 2 is where they're identifying the times that we live in right now, or the existence that we're in right now is phase 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
We've made it past phase 1. So phase 2 encompasses the quote unquote second wave. And based off of the data, and based off of the quote unquote cold data, and based off of what we saw with the Spanish flu, it was the second wave that was the most deadliest. Not the first wave, it was the actual second wave. Now, based off of whoever you getting your research from or your sources, my sources came to me and gave me 2 dates. They gave me July and they gave me the fall as when the thing is going to peak, when it's really going to hit. They said July is going to be completely ugly. And then another source of mine said that the darkest winter is definitely coming. And that's going to be immediately in the fall when the COVID resurges with a stronger strain. It's no longer 19. It's going to be a stronger strain, and it's going to eclipse what the first wave did, because after they got all of the antibodies, after they found out who's immune from the first wave, and a bunch of other tests were done, and it was re-weaponized, this is going to be the strongest strain. Now, also, what's inside of phase 2 that is of utmost importance? Phase 1 was 5G, right? Phase 2 is 3T, right? Phase 2 is the 3T experiment. That's T for tracing, that's T for testing, and that's T for tracking, right? We're currently in the first 3T wave is Trump, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tekashi 6ix9ine, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the quote unquote the trolls, okay? Or the troll economy, right? Because outside of the whole COVID thing, there's a whole bunch of other things that's opening up. Mainly the economy falling, mainly the rumors of a civil war, mainly Obamagate, which is a provocation by the right to rally up their quote unquote Islam hating, black man hating. What did the t-shirt that the man who killed Ahmad have on? What was the saying on the t-shirt?
Allah is not God.
Allah is not God. He took the t-shirt with who? The governor.
Governor of Georgia. Yeah.
The fuck is going on? Are you serious? Could you take a picture with Chris or Andrew Cuomo, right? Who are the governors of New York? They said Jesus is a lie. Would they even let you on the stage? Huh? No, but it's dangerous that nobody said anything about that. That shit gets a pass. Like they let that fly. Oh, look at, he had a picture with the governor. Nobody said too much about the shirt. So the killing of Ahmad, right there in Georgia, right on the slave coast, right where I've been talking about with Charlestown, Savannah, Charlestown, Wilmington, North Carolina, Glenn County, my nigga, it's the same.
Jordan from Wilmington, son.
Huh?
Jordan's from Wilmington.
Jordan's from Wilmington?
Yes, son.
No, he's not.
Seen it tonight. I watched the documentary, the last part. On his outro, said, I'm a kid from Wilmington.
So listen, family. Michael Jordan.
Wilmington need his own. Look, I seen what's his name over the weekend, Cavario. I was talking about Wilmington with him. About the titans of industry to come from Wilmington, the melanated men who conquered the underworld and the overworld.
Oh no, Wilmington, Charlestown, that whole Yamasee, that whole strain. The baby is representing that strain now, right? And shout out to Kirk, to the Kirk. And Michael Jordan, yes, Ichi Gulliland family. Michael Jordan hails from a jurisdiction in the Carolinas that was, yeah, Jordan was born in Brooklyn. Thank you. Fuck out of here. Yeah, that blasphemy. Yeah, take your hat. Yo, huh?
We get to chronicleize him as well, you know, because he was born in Brooklyn, but he's from Wilmington.
What is Daddy caught a nut in Wilmington? What the fuck?
The landmark miniseries Star News has compiled a number of his stories on the Wilmington native, the Laney High School grad. I mean, that's where
they had him on the road.
Yeah, it don't matter.
He was raised in Wilmington.
He was raised from Wilmington. He doesn't get accredited with being from Brooklyn. The people who know he was on Eastern Parkway in Brooklyn when he came into the planet. He got some of that swag. I mean, look at him.
That's right.
He's a country boy. He represents a melanated stock.
That's right.
Old Mexican stock.
That's right.
Who was reared in the Mexim off of that soil, that Wilmington soil. Those are magical people.
That's right.
Those are men, right?
Men. That's why they slaughtered them. So, family, Michael Jordan was reared in a county that has their own version of a Black Wall Street story. If that's simplifying it. There's a documentary called Wilmington on Fire. I would love for my brother Michael Jordan to put his brand and his voice behind a story about Wilmington. Shout out to all of the family that's in shout out to 19 Keys. Shout out to all of my writers group. You know, we at Know the Ledge, we at KTL, we at Netterflix, we are currently looking for and encouraging. Let me put our information up. All of our writers, right? All of our writers, all of our script writers, all of our playwriters, everyone who is Tahuti is tapped into the Tahuti principle, right? I'm going to put an email on the screen, and I'm encouraging everyone who wants to be a legend. Everybody wants to be, you know, manumitted from off of Tyler Perry Studio. Do you know what manumitted means? That means you get your release papers. Come over here to Death Row. You know what I'm talking about? You know, if you tired of niggas dancing in your TikTok videos. Yeah, if you write black to me. Come and talk to me. Yeah, holla at us. Lamar125th at Gmail. Talk black to us. Right?
Yeah.
So, huh?
Yeah, so let me let me wrap it up.
All right.
But for the most part, you know, it's a lot going on. We got a lot of information that we can go back and forth with, to exchange, and to give a level of predictory trajectory. Where's this thing going and what is it going to look like? We have that particular insight and that vision. I know what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of variables at play. You know, we need to talk about wealth generation during this particular time. There's a lot of plays to be made. You know, we don't have to sit on that. Huh?
excuse me. Talk a little bit louder,
Yeah.
right?
But like I said, I gotta go, B. I gotta
Huh?
get them words, and I said I gotta go.
Okay, so when are we gonna continue this? Are we letting the family know that we'll be doing a class together? Are we gonna let them know that? Are we gonna let the fam know that Attention Economy 2020 will feature me and you dropping some very, very heavy jewels in 2
Yeah.
weeks?
Yes.
All right.
Yep. Let's do it.
All right, my brother. I appreciate you for coming through. For everyone that's watching this tonight, if you're not subscribed to the channel, first and foremost, make sure you do that. Secondly, he is blue.
Oh. I got them t-shirts too. Y'all can DM me.
Yeah, DM him for those. Sabi Genesis. We are licensed carriers. We are licensed retailers. Only licensed retailers, right? As far as it stands, you know, there's one licensed retailer for Kings County in Baltimore and another in Atlanta. Other than that, there is none. So if you're buying it or somebody got it, they, you know, that's not real. And with the Alistair Whoopi, Sabi Genesis, selected retailers, if you want to be a selected retailer, the email that you see is one of the best lines to get at us for business. And for all of the advertisers that are out there, and also brothers and sisters who have the brands that they want to talk about, you know, anything business wise, right? Like, you know, meaning that budgets and stuff. Please feel free to reach out. The office hours are always 24 hours through the email. Blue Pill is going to have a lot more cloth for you as well. He's in Atlanta. All of the KT Aliens and the ATL. Make sure you go to Wadada. That is going to be the quote unquote, wherever we're at, we're going to have social places. So there's going to be a brick and mortar where I'm at soon. Blue Pill is at Wadada and ATL for right now. So please go and support my brother. He has great, hold on. Let me get on my campaign. Do you have 3 minutes?
Yeah.
All right. To not be a comparison, I don't like to compare because comparing means that I'm trying to compete. And there's nobody on the planet that can compete with Blue Pill, right? But I don't know too many people during the COVID-19 crisis who was more active, more outside, more in the faces of most of the people doing the people's work, healing, right? I'm talking about if you not have a God, because if you have a God, then you only have belief in something that you can't prove. But if you walk with God, if you know that whatever that you walk with is going to protect you no matter what, it is never going to stop you from doing anything. There's no entity on the planet that can tell you when to stop working and when to work. When you work for a purpose, and Blue Pillar, you've been on your job, bro. You've been on your job. I'm gonna let you go to sleep. They said you was falling. You've been on your job, and I'm sure being on your job got you tired. But we see you.
Yeah. We boxing.
Yeah, keep paying. You've shown many people how to walk the walk, bro. Because not too many people. We all got phones, and a lot of people don't choose to show the world how they walk in their walk. They just talking that talk. So thank you for really showing it, because you show it so much that it can't be rehearsed. This shit gotta be real. You could see the passion. You could see the love. You could see the authenticity in what you do. And to be honest with you, it's even shown me, it's even encouraged me to walk in a more health conscious, you know, light, to fulfill, you know, the bloodlines, to fulfill the prophecy. So keep doing what you're doing. I'm gonna let you go because I got some cooking to do. I'm gonna stir fry. I'm gonna let you go, and we're gonna wrap this up. And we're gonna take it home with the family, maybe for another 30 minutes.
Tough Talk Tuesday tomorrow.
That's right. Shout out to Kim Bripson. Y'all need to pull up. Y'all need me to pull back up because, you know, nigga, yeah, it hit differently when
Yeah. We might have an invite for you. You know what I'm saying? We could do the 3-peat on some Jordan shit. But look, see, he's talking wild smack. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, we could do that 3-peat. You know, Jordan, Pippen, and Kerr, right?
because I mean, you know, I'm in the Maybach. You know what I'm talking about? I woke up in the Bugatti. I mean, I could talk that talk. You know what I mean? Bitch, don't get too comfortable. Hey, yeah, Pluto, nigga. Bitch, don't get too comfortable. Yeah, I'm up in that.
You know, you shoot
Talk
that
to
game.
man. Tell him get his 360s right. Tell him I'm pulling up in the backy back. You know what I mean?
Pull up in the Beasley.
Crowdfunding for you niggas. I need you niggas to be not in 4K anymore. We in 3D. Talk back to me. Yeah, the universe is conspiring for all of your success in the digital realm.
Let me say this too. This past weekend, I celebrated the 1-year anniversary of Goldwater Corp.
Legend.
And, you know, I ain't even laid the shit out like it needs to be laid out. I haven't even trooped all of the product line out and talk crazy about what each one of them numbers is doing. You know, but they're all performing well, like good stocks. You know what I mean? But more importantly, you know, they touching the people and they're making an effective change, making the world healthier and smarter at the same time. You know, on top of everything else that it is that we do in terms of information, inspiration, you know, and demonstrating dedication at all times. You feel me? Yeah. So shout out to that dedication song. Shout out to Kendrick. I'm talking about. Shout out to Nipsey. Rest in peace to Saint Nip. Rest in peace to Dr. Sabi, the Genesis. Y'all can DM me for these. I got the t-shirts, right?
Yeah.
And I got colors. So y'all. Appreciate y'all. Peace, love, and light. If you miss anything, get it in an archive. Yeah.
We gotta take a break. What song you want me to play for them while we do a break? I want them to listen to some of your music while we're gonna take a smoke break, y'all, or a water break, or a bathroom break.
What you got? I don't even know what you got access to.
I got YouTube pull up. I can pull up anything that you got on the tube.
What we got up there? My latest video for 3-0. Believe in that.
That's on the tube.
Yeah, it should be. Finger stream through. We had that through Know the Ledge. Did we? Yeah.
Yes.
I believe so. No.
That's facts. Yeah, I have to do myself I've done myself a disservice in having watched the Michael Jordan doc. So
you got to see that. You got to see that.
I will see that. I'm a binge on that, my brother.
All
right, that's what it do. So, family, we're gonna pull up this song real quick, 3-0 by Blue Pillar. And let me see if it's on the don't. I'm still coming up. All right. We're gonna pull up your Howard shot. I don't see it on the thing, Blue.
All right. Pull up something, man. You do something.
Huh?
Something that you like.
Okay. I love 3-0. Oh, something off that Christ consciousness.
Let it rip.
Yeah. Shout out to Just B. All right, y'all. This is Who Is He? This team acting slow in the mind. If y'all do beats, send some beats. All right. There's like 2 more slots on the album left. Send some beats. When it's more projects, so still send beats. If you have a sound that you feel like will complement the sound that we have or the rhyme patterns and whatever, let's make it happen. All of y'all artists that want to do a feature, hit us up. You know, get your bands up though. Come on, get your bands up. This ain't charity. You know, mine is public. Mine has a publishing deal. Yeah, talk to me.
The reason you lift your hand is because you already believe. You say that. I just want to edify my mama, set aside some commas, rectify the trauma, electrify the genre, never specialize in drama, let it slide the comma. The reason you lift your hand is because you already believe.
Crispy. I'm trying to play some music for y'all. This damn thing is acting slow. You know, I want my brothers. I want that. I want that to ring. Oh, I know. I know. I put it in 4K. I don't need all that. It's 1080p. My bad. I try to put it on 4K. That's what happened. Give it 1 minute. Give it 1 minute. It was buffering. I tried to put it on 4K, so it's the quiet. I know. I know. Well, fuck it. We'll end the show with the music. We'll just have to end the show with the music. You know, first and foremost, like, thank everybody for pulling up tonight. How I feel.
You say that. I just want to edify my mama, set aside some commas, rectify the trauma, electrify the genre, never specialize in drama, let it slide the comma.
There you go. Yeah, puff to that. Let's bring it back. Go blue.
You say that? I just wanna edify my mama, set aside some commas, rectify the trauma, electrify the genre, never specialize in drama, let it slide to karma. Jeopardize the honor, mesmerize the genre, like the unexpected rise of Obama. They black him backs like Jeffrey Dahmer. Holy tabernacle, he's chosen me for battle. Hoes release the arrows, foes to beat the gravel. Dope. Means get sampled. Globally we travel on social feed and channel.
Bars is too heavy. Heavy bars. Heavy bars. Crash the server. Taco. Blue Peak. Crash the server. Mexico. Blue Peak. Crash the server. Bars heavy, bro.
And poetry and rap tunes, rosaries and candles, supposed to be on mantles. Open up the good book, they spoke to me in Matthews. Socially they back you, but covertly attack you.
We got bars. Socially attack you. They covertly attack you. That's a mural right there in Harlem. That's a mural in Harlem on 126 by Social Corner. Shout out to the artist, brother named Paul B.
Woe is me, they back fool, roll of weed tobacco. Serpent on the flagpole, exposing beneath the apples. I spoke to priests and chapels, the Godfather's capo, revoking.
I don't know what's up. I guess because we live streaming, the Wi-Fi is not that strong right now. But I wanted y'all to hear this.
Collabo. Hopefully this grabs you. Emotionally it has to. The dopest beast to rap to. Holy tabernacle. My poetry is factual, 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 factual.
Blue Pillar. That's from the Christ Consciousness album. Go and stream that on the YouTube channel. Christ Consciousness album by Blue Pillar. We dropped that earlier this year. That's fire. Shout out to Just B. Pure hip hop. Bars. Not that other stuff. Not that white star. Shout out to Kambada. Shout out to Black Magic. Yeah, Howard Shy. Shout out to Ross Ben.
You're saying I believe.
Oh, fucking YouTube. Killing the vibe, bro. YouTube is killing the fucking vibe, bro. Let the music play. God damn. Don't you see mine is lit? Bro, just let it play, bro.
Who is he? Face the mirror. Know this Holy Spirit. Everybody's got to know. Just be.
Just be. Man, oh man. Just be.
The crime. Feeling how this love's written. With that feeling, what it does to him. Who is he here? Won't fed the poor. Count no thorns. Like the show church must.
It's all love, passion.
So they always hating on the gold. They always hating on the God. You know what I'm talking about? I want y'all to enjoy yourselves. I'm trying to create a festive move and shit so I can ride out and smoke something. And these cocksuckers want to interrupt my internet. You know what I'm talking about? It always happens when we lit. But we back. You know? We had a great show tonight. You know what I'm talking about? We had a great show tonight. If y'all enjoyed yourself, press 1. Somebody told me they about to go to sleep. We don't sleep around here. Nah, I didn't bounce. Blue Pill had to go. I'm in the whip. I'm on the way home. So we just doing that. Riding on it. We riding out right now. We riding out. We cruising, you know, down the highway. Yeah, we got a lot of ones going up. That's right. Talk black to me. Talk black to me. It was a powerful night. Y'all don't need to be overloaded with information overload. We got Phil Valentine. We got Know the Ledge. And it's a lot of other things out there bubbling. So, you know, go and eat from the pot. Yeah, my background is lit. I should have never gave me a green screen. You know what I'm talking about? Nah, it's yeah. Nigga, there's AD and there's BC. Okay? There's before Corona. Right? There's before Corona. And then there's after Corona. I'm claiming that this world, post-Corona, you know, this is the world that the ancestors promised us. This is a topsy-turvy world. This is an upside-down world. But like Blue Pill shared with the article, this world exists alongside a whole opposite world. So theoretically speaking, you exist within the sphere of 360 degrees because you have a complete yin and yang. There's an opposite of you. There's a doppelganger of you, like the movie Us was showing you with Red, right? Remember the movie Us by Jordan Peele, when he was exposing the tethered ones? Different concepts, or there's many different tropes that he was getting at in that movie. But ultimately, that also could be seen as the quantum realm, because you had, yes, Malcolm X Day, exactly. If we would have been in Atlanta celebrating Malcolm X's birthday, because our ritual is the Malcolm X Fest. Anybody that's been in the A, you already know. If you've been in Atlanta and you've been on your conscious wave, you've seen Red and Blue Pill in town. We've been in the city. You know what I'm talking about? Since P. Diddy was making Murder Mace pretty, my nigga. We've been in Atlanta since '97. Yeah, do the research. Run the credit. Talk black to me. Yeah, my nigga. Go to the Maybach dealership and run my credit in the A. That's about twin, okay? Then say twin, not red pill. They don't know red pill. But then in the conscious, yeah, they know red in the conscious community. Shout out to the West End. Shout out to Tassilis, right? Shout out to Wadada, you know, Ralph David Abernathy. Shout out to
All of the brothers and sisters down at the AUC. Yeah, Maybach Mondays. I like that. This is not, somebody said a Bentley or a Maybach background. Oh, you ain't been in the back lately? Brother, this is the Maybach, okay? Yeah, this is more this is more, this is Melanin Mondays. This is Maybach music. Okay? Yeah. Put the two wine glasses together. This is Maybach music. Yeah, we riding clean, my brothers and sisters. Post-corona, my niggas. Yeah, we're riding clean up in this bitch. Okay? You know what I'm talking about? We're leaning on, yeah, we're on 4-4s, tipping on folds. We tipping on folds. You know what I mean? And we leaning. That's what we're doing. Like we said, down the information highway, shooting at the agent sideways. Leaning out the driveway. Yeah, that's what we're doing. So yeah, the tethered ones, right? You have a doppelganger. You have a twin. You have a shadow self. You could go into real deep into the quote unquote psychedelic realms and meet your shadow self or your shadow selves or your quote unquote, your shadow selves or your quote unquote evil twin, right? You met that nigga in some of your dream states, right? You met him in your dream states. You might have ran into that energy when you was high as a kite. I never smoked crack. I haven't been around a lot of crackheads either. You know what I'm saying? But I see them niggas in the streets when I'm riding in my Maybach, right? Listening to Maybach music. I pull the curtains back, and you know what I'm saying? I see dead people, and I see crackheads. So I've heard that crackheads, right, while smoking crack, could tap in to a realm, a quantum realm, or a psychic realm, you know what I mean? Where their brains release so many quote unquote reward, excite, dopamines, all of these chemicals that are, flooding their neural pathways, right? Flooding their neural pathways. But that ain't it, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? That's not how you tap in. Fuck out of here. And even the people that be on that heroin, there's a lot of people. You have to understand different drugs release different quote unquote reward chemicals into the brain. The same chemicals that speed releases or or methamphetamines is not the same kind of chemicals that the cocaine is going to release, right? Right? So people always use that as an excuse for getting high and being in states of stupor, right? On pharmaceuticals, the receptors, right? People in these states of stupor by being on pharmacopoeia, right? Right? The quote unquote ritualized version of herbology. Okay. The fact that these sorcerers have performed witchcraft on plant medicine and created pharmacopoeia, allopathy, and all of this stuff, right? And this has killed the people more than it has helped the people. It is killing our people at a high rate. It has our people filled up with acidic pus. It has our people in a zombie state. It has our people completely out of their mind in the form of psychotropics, right? It has our people, basically doing things risking their health, risking their wealth, risking their safety, selling their babies, selling their bodies for things like crack cocaine and heroin. So I'm saying that that is part of the evil, or what is known as the fear, or what is known as the hate frequency. There are two frequencies on this planet: love and hate. Hate is fear, hate is jealousy, hate is poison, hate is anything that is going to basically deal with destroying or taking us further away from the one. Love brings us closer to the one. Love helps us multiply the one, because in love you could be fruitful and multiply. Love is not fear. And if you have love, if there's love of life, love of death, love of self, love of everything, you'll never have fear, because you know that there's no such thing as death. You'll never fear death. You'll never have anything to fear. You won't fear pain. You won't fear anything, because you know what this is. There's two energies, love and hate. What energy are you cloaked or envelope or surrounded in, or what frequency or what channel are you broadcasting from, right? What's your frequency? Where can we find you? On the love frequency or on the hate frequency? I want you to ask your favorite musicians that. I want you to ask the people who we call our heroes in Black urban culture that. I want you to even ask some of the people that are on Instagram who, you know, we quote unquote follow and listen to, and people put the whatchamacallit, people put on these pedestals, right? Let's see if what energy vibration they're vibrating on. Because somebody could even say namaste, you know, hotep, peace, my brother, peace reflection, right? Salute, salute, you know what I'm saying? Alafia. All of these things, they could salute you all day. Salute, salute, salute. But they could be faker than a Harriet Tubman food stamp. You know what I'm talking about? They don't, they just say, they just salute, and people, that means nothing. Anybody could do that. Anybody could do that. Where's the fruits of your labor? Where it was growing from your tree. You know what I mean? Because man and woman, we are the trees of life. So the proof is in the pudding. You feel me? What are you creating? What are the fruits of your labor? Right? Faith without works is nothing. So what is your work? Let me see your work. Let's go through your work. These kids nowadays, especially with this corona, they don't even have any homework. You know what I'm talking about? The level of homework that they have is basura compared to how we had homework. Our work, what we brought to the table, our research. Remember when we used to do book reports? We had to give the sources. We had to go to the library and use the Dewey Decimal System. We had to open up and crack encyclopedias. Like, we had to work. You know what I'm talking about? We had to put in mad work. We had to Xerox and staple shit. We had to punch in the goddamn holes and things. We had to erase. We had to use the fucking whiten, you know, the shit, you know, the white eraser that you use to erase. Remember typewriters? Remember replacing the ribbon, my niggas? Remember putting the motherfucking the corrector over shit that you messed up on a typewriter? Yeah, we did work. We did a lot of work. We did a lot of work. And work has been simplified because of technology, which is a great thing. You know what I'm talking about? Look at the Maybach. You know, this is what work gets you. And work has been simplified. Work has been domesticated. I mean, not domesticated. It has been decentralized. It has been democratized. And this is work I could use this, right, to work, right? Somebody be like, yo, Brad, who you work for? Huh? I'm glad that you asked. Stephen Jobs. Stephen Jobs. That's who I work for. Apple Computer. Okay? I work for Stephen Jobs and Apple Computer. And this is who I work for. The i11. I got two of them. It's 1111. I keep both of them right here, 1111 all day. This is who I work for. And they work for me. You understand? Who saw American Gods with Technical Boy? Remember he was in the limo? Yeah. I got the machines working with me. You understand? You know what I'm talking about? Nigga, don't let nobody scare you. You better get you some shungite and some 5G protection. You better get get you some shungite. Get you right. Go on Kings County. I'll give you the website. Go get you some jewelry. Go get you some 5G protector. But I'm tapping into I'm already tapped into the digital realm, the light code transmission. I am officially locked in to the electrified age, and my name and my contribution is actually written in stone. And that's not me being braggadocious right now. You know what I'm talking about? That's not me being self-anointing. That's not me beating on my chest. I'm saying that in the most humblest way, because the name that was given to me, right? The name that was given to me, Red Pill. This name is part of popular culture, public lexicon. It's being used by the likes of Ivanka Trump, the Trumps, Donald Trump, Trump Jr., Barron Trump, Melania Trump, and Sophia Stewart, the mother of the Matrix, the one who created the narrative, not the cross-dressing, trans director, brother combination, right? Called Lily Wachowski. It used to be, what was his name? The people who made the Matrix, the first ones, the Wachowski brothers. Now it's the Wachowski sisters. They both got a sex change. Do you know that? Are you aware of that? Do you know they got bussies now? Do you know that? And that they were trying to, I think that they had to get a sex change to get out of the lawsuit or something. I don't know if there's a clause that if you're not the person that got sued or something, like if you change your sex, you don't got to answer for. I don't know, but I know that they both two women right now, and that's some other shit. And they out there trying to claim ownership to the fucking red pill. You know what I'm talking about? Hold on. Y'all think I'm playing? Let me show you this. On God. Let me go to the Instagram. Shit, men lie, women lie. My Instagram don't. You know what I'm talking about? Men lie, women lie. And my Instagram, it actually doesn't, because I'm just going to show you the articles that the man wrote. It's not me. It's the man. This is the media, the people you niggas believe. You know, don't say fake news now. You know what I'm talking about? Because we know people believe if it's in the newspaper, you're gonna go. Y'all still rocking with Bill Gates because he's on the morning show. Y'all do not believe nothing that we're telling you about what this man is about. Because there's been no throwing out of the Xbox. There actually people are lining up for the new one. You know, they not that mad at Bill Gates. You know, I still can't get a hack for a goddamn Windows program. They still protecting him. Don't let them lie to you. He just looks too unsuspecting for people to believe the narrative. You know what I'm talking about? Him and Belinda, they look so normal and shit. People are like, nah, you know what? But he has money, right? Why would he do it? It sounds good, but this is Bill we're talking about. You know, he founded Microsoft. Like, this guy is nice. Not knowing that every single person, this was an open secret. Everybody in tech knows he's a maniac. Everybody in tech knows he's fucking like he's depraved in a sense because of how he was handling the business over there at Microsoft. And they was like, he's a driller. So if he's like that in the computer world, imagine where he's at in the goddamn vaccine world. Imagine his disposition in Africa world where people make $5 a year. Imagine that. Imagine how a multi-billionaire who really got Little Richard energy, right? Did y'all get that? Did y'all get that? I got balls for you niggas tonight. Little Richard energy. What's another name for Richard? Okay. Right? That's Little Richard energy, right? So, Bill Gates. Imagine him in Africa, right? Around people, because he's into genetics. He is all about all of their time at MIT, him and Epstein and a bunch of other small hats, right? Based off of where his money is going. It's all into high genetics. So they're in the deepest regions of Africa extracting high genetics from unsuspecting super duper uber poor Africans who are just happy, you know what I mean, to be in the Xbox tent. As long as that bitch got a Microsoft logo on it, don't let these niggas fucking fool you. They're gonna get the vaccination and a free controller. These video game niggas is doomed. You know what I'm talking about? Yo, imagine if the vaccination was a digital tattoo that gave niggas access to Xbox forever. Fuck is you saying? Like, Bill Gates, that nigga has not pulled out no tools on you broke ass niggas to begin the motherfucking bartering session. You know what I mean? Because a lot of you niggas is ready to bar body for some access. The same way that you're doing on OnlyFans. They know that you niggas are thoughts. You know what I mean? For real, for real. They got the data. You know what I'm talking about? They got the data. They know from the bots that a lot of you niggas are thoughts. So you got a price that you're willing to sell yourself at if you haven't already. You know what I mean? That's the world that we're living in right now. If you want to peel back the motherfucking layers and keep it a hundo, that's where we're at right now. But let me take you out of Instagram so we can show you some articles before we check out for the night. Because I gotta make it home. I'm out here in Cyberland. Okay, go and get that book. First of all, bam. They want me to sign in. Here's that article. Oh, here it goes. Elon. Come on, bro. Hold on a minute, sir. Let me log in. Give me 1 minute, yeah. That's the link for the jury. Yep. That's the link for the Garveys. That's the link for the Adinkras. That's the link for the Savvy Genesis. That's the link for the Whoopi, Alistair Whoopies. And that's tomorrow. All of those will be up there tomorrow, but the jury is up there now. You know, so check it out. Give me 1 minute though. Hold on. All right. Come on. Send the code. Facebook. Like Dr. Phil said on Brother Rich's show, this fucking retrograde, this shit right here, whatever this retrograde is, it's like 2 of them right now. But this retrograde is real, bro. Yo, when I say I got the copper plug, bro, if anybody was on my live on Sunday when I was in I was doing a podcast with the brother shout out to my brother Heyru. All right. And the brother has some copper in his garage, man. Oh my goodness. Anybody that's out there who works on, you know, around any kind of copper, or if you work in the mines or whatever, you got your hands on any forms of copper and bulk, you know, not no little scraps, in bulk, hit us up, hit me up. You know what I mean? Reach out and let's do business. You know, let's build. You dig? I'm waiting for Facebook to send a code, an authentication code, so I can sign in. And as soon as they do that, we'll be looking at the page. That's the email right there. So question, comments, and concerns, business inquiries. We're gonna have advertisers up by next week. So the jury line is representing us. We're gonna have their advertisement up. Shout out to Copper Vibrations. Salute to y'all. We're gonna have the Alistair Crowley, the AA collection, Savvy Genesis. We're gonna have a few of our sponsors in our. We're gonna have them up tomorrow. We might even have them right there. I might be sitting right inside of the, inside of the spaceship. You know what I mean? As we fly to, our destination. But if you want advertisement, if you out there and you tired of these niggas, these whole type niggas dancing in your videos, right? If you tired of these dudes always talking in your videos, styling and profiling, then come on over to Death Row, okay? If you want your shit advertised, over to Melanin Monday. We riding clean in the Maybach over here. Talk black to me. I'm about to get the sound effects. Skirt, skirt. Yeah, talk black to me. Skirt, skirt. So if you want to do advertising, if you have a business and a service, and of course it has to be legit, and there is a standard. And if you need to reach that standard, we also have an agency that's providing that as well. We're going to be doing logos. We're going to be doing videos, editing. We're going to be doing all kind of stuff. SEO. We're going to be doing apps, app design, app development. We're going to be a one-stop shop for all of my up-and-comers, startups, creatives, innovators, Fax members, Patreons, KT aliens, everyone that is out here benefiting off of the reflection, benefiting off of the introspection, benefiting off of the information, outformation from red pill, blue pill, KT the arch degree, but we are only reflections of the brightest light, and that's our mother, Mama Pill, who just celebrated a born day and an anniversary, like Blue Pill said. Sunday that just passed marked the anniversary to the 1 year that we sat down with the brother Nick Cannon as a family. Minister Inky was there, Chef Aki was there, Red Pill, Blue Pill, Mama Pill, KT the Arch Degree, my niece Chloe. My mother brought a ton of receipts. My brother brought her story. My mother brought her facts, right? And my mother brought her insight, right? Because unbeknownst to the world, until you see the documentary, of course, that's when the truth, it has been hidden, right? For many reasons that I don't know, I don't have all of the answers, but you'll be exposed to the fact that the reason why my mother would celebrate that day is because, by this documentary coming out, right? the world will bear witness to the fact that, you know, there was a team. There were co-defendants, you know. There were this man had, if this man was Imhotep, this man had Nebtet, all set, right? He was surrounded by divine feminine principles. Those divine feminine principles, because his court case has two co-defendants, Annette Thomas, who is Mama Pill, right? My name is Philip Thomas Moreland. That's where you get Filthmore, because the TH is for Thomas, not because I'm nasty, right? And the third co-defendant is Ma'a, right? So there's three people that killed AIDS, not one, right? And we have to tell history before Netflix gets the right to tell our history and have Tiffany Haddish as Mama Pill. You know what I'm talking about? And one of them niggas from Empire is playing KT or somebody, right? And Jussie Smollett is Red Pill. We're not gonna let Netflix come and, you know, take our story. But my mother, Mama Pill, my actual mother who nursed me, I could hold my head up in any black nation in the world, right? Because that's where it matters the most. I'm not using this as a vacation perk to get free fucking chocolates in Rome, right? I'm not using this as perks to floss in Europe and whatnot. I'm using this face card in any black nation on the planet to say my mama, my mother, who looked like me, cured AIDS. Talk back to me. You know about Sabi? Yeah. Well, Mama Pill and Ma'a were the hidden two. They were the unspoken of ones. They were the moon, right? There's always a hidden one in all of the mythos. There's always the hidden one. There's always the one who they hide. There's always the one in the closet. There's always the one that they don't want you to see, right? But history, not these fuck niggas, history prevails all the time, right? So history is going to reward her in her place in black history, because this is legacy, 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 and it's nothing else but that. So we celebrate that day. That is a thug holiday. That's a pill holiday, right? Real talk. We should have did. You know, I was on a different coast. You know, my way of ritualizing it is making music with Cambada, making history, and doing other things, of course. And Mama Pill, she ritualized it. But, you know, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. You know, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. The work, right? The work is unparalleled. It started in the 80s. I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about the one who we are standing. I'm running the ball, right? But the Jordan on this team is Mama Pill. You understand? That's the Jordan. That's the Michael Jordan on this team. I'm a colorful Rodman. Blue is Pippen. You know what I'm talking about? Blue is Pippen. But I come from royal blood. So I create royalty. That's how the whole thing works. If anybody wants to figure this shit out, that's how it works. That's it in real life. You know? And that's the shoulders that I stand on before anything and anybody. So I pray to every sky god and earth god that exists. that our good brother, right, the young God, Nick Cannon, I pray and I affirm that that young man takes that man's story and does it right, and does right by that man's story and stays true to the narrative of what Dr. Sadie represented, which is an alkaline, electrified, you know, he has a magnificent story. And I would never want to dilute his story with anybody else's story that's not his story. You feel me? I would not ever want to dilute a monumental story like Dr. Alfredo Bowman's story. I wouldn't want to I wouldn't want to interwoven or weave it with a story of somebody who he never even met, don't even know, never treated. And he treated the likes of Michael Jackson, Magic Johnson, you name them, right? What you would call the legends of the legends, the icons. He treated the titans. He healed the titans, right? And this is not speculation. This is not Negro babble. This is not fucking internet rumors, nigga. This is real life. He stood with the giants. And you never will see a goofy picture of him on the internet next to what he was a giant, next to what you call the giants. What you call the giants. But he didn't have certain chips in his brain that our generation might have in ours. He saw those as regular men. So that's what it is. And that's all it is. And it can't be nothing else but that. Right? And it's much more than that. It's a whole lot more than that. Yeah, that right there. You know what I'm talking about? That part. And she's still here with us. So the vision that I have when I'm in my Maybach with the curtains back, watching Madam C.J. Walker on Netflix, right? On Netflix, that is. She can't, that shit wouldn't make it on Netflix. And then I'm reading the story of Madam C.J. Walker's granddaughter denouncing the series, right? Because she denounced it, right? Go and look it up. The granddaughter denounced it, right? They never sent the code from goddamn Facebook. I don't know. Hold on. Let me see if it's in my email. She said it's a crock of shit. She said that was an embarrassment. That Madam C.J. Walker movie was an embarrassment. And she was like, yo, that was more like the Basketball Wives than anything else. That's what Madam C.J. Walker's granddaughter said. Now, let's keep in mind, she just started saying shit like that recently because I remember when it dropped, she wasn't saying all of that. But because of the public backlash that I'm sure that she received, because Netflix showed their hands with the Madam C.J. Walker story. Why do I say that? Because Netflix showed that they're not to be trusted, and it even drove Netflix, it even drove me kind of harder to say, you know what? I want to take these people down, bro. Like I want to make this platform so big that I want to actually disrupt them because they stopped a movie called The Banker from coming out. Remember that? With Samuel Jackson and Anthony Mackie? They halted the movie from coming out like a day before its premiere. They halted it because they said that there was a situation that took place, right? Where in real life, because the story was based on a real life story, they said in real life, one of the sons, not the actual banker, but the son of the banker molested, right? A relative, right? And that wasn't shown in the depiction of the movie that Netflix bought. So Netflix said they made an executive decision that probably has never been made before. And it was like, you know what? Pull the movie, pull the premiere. We're going to shelf it. Then before that, they shelved Louis Farrakhan's Netflix special. Do y'all know what that special was about, y'all? See, people don't realize when these people play chess and when these people make moves against our people and when these people kill or suicide or knock off some of our greatest people, or when they character assassinate some of our greatest, or when they destroy the legacies and they publicly crucify some of our icons and stuff like that. This is what they've been doing wholesale. There's a cleanup squad in Hollywood. There's a cleanup squad in this industry. There's a cleanup squad coming out of quote unquote the Zionistic mafia, the pink mafia, the broken wrist mafia, they cleaning up all of these old heads, all of their old assets and whatnot. They be closing the books. Look at what they did where they burned all of the goddamn all of the quote unquote masters for hundreds of thousands of records. Did you know that? Did you know about that? Do they talk about that? Did they burnt it down? They burnt down hundreds of thousands of original masters of, I'm talking about grade A top artists. I'm talking about classic songs, mostly from the 80s and the 90s and the 60s and the 70s. They're all gone. They're all gone. Like, we truly exist in a backwards reality. The scientists did not find a backwards reality. The scientists found a reality where I was wearing Ralph. You know what I'm talking about? The shit was all good a week ago, and things were moving differently. That's what they found. Because this is some bizarro shit right here, bro. This is bizarre. This is weird. This is some weird shit. Niggas is in Harlem wearing stilettos, homie. Niggas is repping colors. They got I call this paisley. Niggas call it bandanas. Niggas is bandana down, Santana bandana with a bandana around their stiletto. With you know what I'm saying? With the Frank Lucas jaw. Like that. Like that. You know what I'm saying? Well, nigga, I'm in an upside down world. I didn't sign up for this. This shit wasn't prophesied. They breached the reality in many ways. In many ways. But it has a lot to do with who controls the media and entertainment, because they have clipped us through our sexual energy in so many ways. They control the flow. They sign an artist. They know when the artist is being released. They know when the artist is being shelved. They know all of these things. Okay? They have the power to utilize a lot of things. Nothing is done. The artists tell you that when they're on Where Are They Now or Unsung. They be like, yo, I ain't have no say in none of this shit. It was my manager and the label moving everything. They got moved around and then moved up out of there. Moved around. Them artists get moved around and then moved up out of there. By the time they get moved up out of there, they're so shell-shocked and buck-broken that they can't do anything worth, some stand-up shit, because most of them got broken on they Negroes. They got broken at the knees. They Ving Rhamed these niggas. Took their manhood. They Ving Rhamed them. Right? What was that character? What was my dude on Pulp Fiction? He was Kenyatta from Iceberg Slim. That's who he was in Pulp Fiction version. What was Ving Rhames' character's name? That was Kenyatta from Iceberg. They took Kenyatta and put him in Pulp Fiction and then buck broke that nigga. How about that? That's sorcery. That's how you cook a nigga. That's spirit cooking. That's spirit cooking. Somebody said, when am I going to have a call-in session? Oh, those are private. Those are during the classes. You call in if you know what I mean? You call in when you're behind a paywall. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Think about it. Marcellus Wallace. Go and do, if you could do the character, if there's anybody out there in Hollywood who could get the straight breakdown on how they built that character, I put money on it. They took Kenyatta, right? They took Kenyatta from the Iceberg Slim novels. Kenyatta's a fucking legend. And they wrote him in to a Pulp Fiction, right? Remember, we're not controlling the Pulp Fiction. The Pulp Fiction that we controlling is the rap industry that's controlled by Liar and a whole bunch of other liars and vultures and fucking liars. Stop, don't ever believe these people. They smiling with fucking with chicklet teeth. You know what I'm saying? They got shit smiles. That's why they gotta wear veneers and fucking this shit look like blinds. It look like Home Depot blinds, and they put them in their teeth like fronts. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, those niggas are lying to you. Fuck out of here. They lied to 800,000 niggas who got signed the deal, and you niggas, the only deal you got signed with is Publisher Clearinghouse. You didn't even get a fucking deal, and you don't think they're lying to you? And they lied to the niggas that they broke bread with and made millions with and snorted fucking cocaine off of Pamela Anderson's fake boobs with. They jerked them niggas. They jerked Dennis Rodman and them niggas. You think they not gonna jerk you? You think you not getting jerked? Jerk? You know what I mean? You niggas is jerk tofu turkey out here. How about that? How about that? How about that? How about I'm willing to put up some fiat on it? Y'all make sure y'all hit the Cash App and show your appreciation to man like Blue Pillar 44, man like PHILMORELAND, that's the red pill. You know what I'm talking about? Because, you know, as you can see, we're putting the donations and the support where it's supposed to be, right? We're putting the support into the port, right? So when we pull up, we represent millions and we clean the way we supposed to be. Shout out to Marion, nigga. Yeah, groceries, nigga, the way it's supposed to be. This is how it's supposed to be, right? Shout out to Billy Carson. He's in the mother, yeah. He's in the, yeah. Talk black to me. If you drinking silver and gold, nigga, you supposed to be shining. Shine. Yeah, shine. You know what I'm talking about? That's what you're supposed to be doing. How dare you niggas apologize for wearing copper? You needed the fucking white man to tell you that copper is where it's at. How dare you niggas try to front on us? We told you let the UV ray shine on you, right? Stand under the fucking UV ray. That's where the magic is at. That the magic happens under the moonlight, and you need a Dr. Fauci or Donald Trump to tell you that the UV ray is where it's at that's gonna save you, right? Shine. Be a loyalist. Loyalty is gonna get you to the fucking gates, right? And it's not on me, it's on you. So loyalty, right, is socket to my pocket. That's what loyalty is. Loyalty is, yeah, make it rain, my niggas. That nigga from BMF is home. Southwest T is home, nigga. Make it rain. Make it happen. Put it, because the valuation has been readjusted. If we have not gotten the memo, the valuation of the brothers and sisters who sat before you for decades, man like Phil Valentine. Phil Valentine is going to be a billionaire before it's all said and done. Mark my word. Right? Phil Valentine will be a trillionaire. We live in a quantum supremacy universe. If it's about fiat, if it's fiat that makes y'all excited and jump around, because with me, the numbers mean nothing, right? Those numbers mean nothing because you know why? If the work that me and Blue Pill put in just with Know the Ledge Radio. If there's a valuation, because we're as you can see, anybody who's a visionary, anybody with the curtains pulled back on the Maybach who could see forward, you know that we're going into the realm where this information is going to be monetized. There's going to be tokenized. They're going to be able to run back your cloth and put a value to it. They're going to have an app where they could run a 1 minute conversation or a 1 hour talk of yours through a fucking machine, and a price tag will come out on the end of it, or a token. So I already know if it's about the money with you, dots. If you out here dotting like that, because you know the conscious community is full of is the conscious community, and it's full of a lot of thoughtises, right? Because thoughts are thoughts, right? Because your thoughts are foreign. They're thoughts. They're foreign thoughts. They're foreign to you. You don't know where they come from. You don't know who they are, right? The thought, the thought, the hootie, right? Tahuti is thought, but a thought is a thought, because it's your thoughts to get you in trouble, nigga. It's your thoughts to do you dirty, right? It's your thoughts that led you astray and told you something and whispered in your ear and told you that somebody was who they wasn't, and now you lined up. That's your thoughts, my brothers. All right. Oh, we're at the 3 hour mark. I gotta tap out. It's time to go. I'll see y'all later. Y'all hit that Cash App. The link for the upcoming lecture, Attention Economy 2020. We didn't even talk about it. Honestly, we didn't even scratch the surface on that. We didn't even break out that convo. But that's the upcoming class in 2 weeks. It's going to be Red Pill, Blue Pill. I did a monumental lecture with Father Rich. We're going to put a segment of that on his channel to show the prophecy. That was in like 2018. He's going to show when we did that lecture. That was for Patreon only. Shout out to my Patreons. I'm going to be live streaming with y'all. I have Crowdcast, so I'm going to be talking to y'all directly. For all of my Forex, my stream chasers, we're going to be doing a live stream with Trillionaire Trav offline. We're going to be live streaming with y'all through Zoom. For everybody who made it to the last class that we did with Professor Griffin Supernova Slum, we have over 100 people on guard. Facts, right? Over 100 students. That was a super duper success, right? Huge success. That's available for video on demand on Netflix this week for everybody, right? There's no more selling separate lectures. Go to Netflix. That's the home of all of the content, and just sign up. $20 a month, or there's a tier system. You could be VIP, right? Or you could be you could freeload. We'll let you freeload. You could come in there for the free 99. But we want betters and not sweaters, right? Sabi Genesis, Alistair Whoopi, put that in your closet. Garvey collection and Dinkler collection, put that in your closet. Scorpion King 2020 is coming. Put that in your iTunes, in your cloud, and everywhere your streaming devices. Cambada is coming out with the LSD album. Put that into your streaming services. Go and check out the video. Yahweh Shah. You're probably going to leave with that, right? Like I said, I'm getting my license so I can administer plant medicine and heal the people. So we have some retreats that are coming up. They stopped the retreat that we were going to be doing in Shasta because of the COVID, but that means nothing. We are coming back, and we are going to be stronger, bigger, more. It's going to be super lit, as y'all can see. Like, if I dropped my album before the COVID, I would have felt like I failed. I would have been depressed, right? Now, I held back and I didn't drop the album. Now, when I dropped Scorpion King 2020, not Scorpion King 2, Scorpion King 2020, because I'm not the only Scorpion King. Blue Pill is a Scorpion King. KT the Arch Degree is a Scorpion King. AA the Rashid is a Scorpion King, right? And we even have a Scorpion King. He's Scorpion by association, and that's my good brother, right? We all Scorpion Kings. So this is gonna be a dope album. It's gonna be you know, go and check out KT, theartsdegree.net. That's my younger brother. Go and support him. There's so much people that we're gonna have to support. Like I say, when you see the advertisement, you'll get an idea of the network. You'll get an idea. Like I said, I was telling the family we were on the information highway shooting sideways in the hoopty, right? But the question was, who was gonna ride with us in the hoopty? Which one of y'all is the riders? Who was the sliders? I got metadata. I know who my supporters are. The 0.4% of y'all. And I love every single one of y'all. You know what I mean? But it's 0.4%. But according to the internet gurus, that's a smash, right? If I could ever get 4% of my overall, like if I could get 4% of the people right now, right, the 473, if I could squeeze 4% of y'all to just support and just do anything, if we say, yo, sign up, go to facts2020.org, because that's where we're going to be able to get your information, and that's how we're going to be able to reach out to you. And that's an information. That site is a landing page that has a plethora of information to give you visuals about what it is that we're doing, insight as to what we're doing. You know what I mean? So check it out. Like I said, the description for the Eventbrite of the upcoming class will be in the description. We'll have more promotion coming up for it. Of course, we will have more shows. I just launched a new series called Chop It Up. Chop It Up is where we're going to be going into barbershops, and we're going to be chopping it up, right? Chopping it up. Chop, 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 right? Because you Negroes let us down during this corona crisis with your lack of barber shops and the fact you niggas couldn't get a shape up and y'all claim to be millionaires. But that's a whole nother situation. Chop it up. We're going to be doing high metaphysics in the barbershop. We're going to be bringing high metaphysics to the barbershop conversation. Not that White Star. Not that BC shit before COVID shit. All of that is dead. It's a new wave. It's a new energy. It's a new lingo. You know what I'm talking about? It's a new sheriffs in town. You know what I'm talking about? We in quiet towns, tying it down. You know, we rising up as a people. We waking up as a people. The sleeping giants are woken. It's going to be a red summer. It's going to be a hot summer. We got to wake the sun up, right? The sun is asleep, so the black man got to wake up. We got to rise up. We have not even roared yet. Niggas are still asking permission to roar. Ahmad died on his feet. You know what I'm talking about? He died swinging on his feet, fighting for his. Don't be a coward. Don't be a 6ix9ine. You know what I'm saying? Don't be a rainbow rat. Be the opposite. Don't be persuaded by weaklings. Don't be persuaded by the illusion. Don't be persuaded by the sickness, by the virus. Like they said in Bird Box, don't even look at these niggas, because if you had on blindfolds, he wouldn't have did 10 million in views. He wouldn't have broke Instagram records because you had put on those blindfolds. The COVID is jumping through niggas' screens. It's in the food. It's in the music. It's in the air. It's in these niggas. Stay away from them. Keep a social distance from the energy vampires. Clean your aura. Stay with your fucking curtains completely drawn on the Maybach. You know what I'm talking about? When you lay back with Bay. Right? And I'm going to just leave it at that. I could go on all night. You know I can, because I am on an elixir, a special concoction of herbs that I've been putting together that I'm going to be introducing to y'all very soon. A true red pill. If you want to take a red pill, well, we have a real red pill. We're going to give you something that I have been using to keep myself on fire. You know what I mean? On 100%. You know what I'm talking about? Because a lot of people are like, yo, how do you do it, Red? Well, you know, there's ways. You know what I'm talking about? There's a formula. So I want the family to be able to tap in because this is our time, you know. And I got a whole team, I got a whole army ready to go. We on go. But the goal that we on is we ready to go and make it happen, Captain, for the better by not being sweaters, right? And we know our chakras could get redder, but we out getting this cheddar, right? And I ain't talking about we talking about that vegan cheese cheddar because it's time to get this paper. Shout out to my stream chasers. We're making dreams come true. Okay, we're making things happen. So, you know, when things happen, when we level up, life is better for everyone around us. And all we got is us. Look at what the government did. They left us all out to fend for ourselves. They dropped the ball 800 times. They dropped the ball 800 times. They showed you and your mama and your auntie and your daughters and your sons that the government is a bunch of bumbling, greedy, deceptive, demonic looking fools. Did you see the mayor of Chicago and a lady from California who look like a ghost? These people have spirits. They have demons in them and they are possessed. And if you're rolling with them, you're not rolling with us. You understand? You wasn't rolling with us from the beginning. But if you are rolling with them, you have to make a choice. And you have to see that it is worth going out on your feet, doing something, seeking, running, searching, being free, and not being afraid, and not running from danger, or not running from anybody who is quote unquote trying to put fear in our hearts because they fear us. And if you understand that, then you know what's going on. They fear us before they want you to fear them, but they fear us. The reason that they fear us is why they want you to fear them, because they need to flip the energy, because the fear that they have of us is destroying them. The fear that they have of us is actually making the sun eat them up more. The fear that they have of the sun, really. The fear that they have of the global warming, really. The fear that they have of the scriptures and the warnings of somebody coming back and smacking the shit out of them, really. That's what they on. That's the fear of melanin, the fear of the ancestors, the fear of our memory coming back online, the fear of, you know, the fear of the fact that they may lose all of this stolen land, all of this stolen estates, all of these stolen resources, all of these stolen cul-de-sacs, golf courses, resorts, beaches, beach fronts, beach houses. They are panicking in their boots because they have the metadata to show that you niggas are waking up. And they know how you waking up. They know what day you woke up. They know on what level you're waking up. They have all of the data that they've been crunching ever since crunching got to crunching. You understand? You niggas ain't doing no, we doing surface data. They crunching the numbers. They're doing metadata. They know who's awoke. They could run you through the quantum and tell if you're woke or not. There's a number or a color. And that's part of their prophecies. They can't stop it. They only have to, they're preparing. And as they're preparing, they're sabotaging and they're making one last motherfucking stand. And if y'all don't know what this is, you're soon about to find out. And you'll never say that we did not warn you, because it's in the archive stretching past 10 years. There's breadcrumbs that we've been leaving. And if you ever go searching, you'll find them. Okay? If you ever go searching, if you ever decide to go down a rabbit hole of red pill and blue pill, it will take you years. It will take you years to continue to go down that hole. That hole is a black hole of Black matter consciousness, black dark matter consciousness. Dark matter matters. Remember, dark matter matters. They are afraid of the dark matter. The fear is in the dark matter. The fear is in the Afrofuturist. The fear is in the quote unquote chaos magic. The fear is in the all dark matter. That is what they're afraid of the chaos magic. They don't want you to activate. They do not want you to activate. So they're muzzling you, they're censoring you, they're clipping channels, they're shutting it down. They're 3T'ing you, tracking, tracing, testing. Tracking, tracing, testing. The testing is going to shut you down. The tracking is going to follow you and learn your pattern. And the tracing is going to, quote unquote, put your ass in a motherfucking bad place. So, Black men, it's time for us to level up. Level up means to quantum up. Level up means to get with people who are on a 10.0 and find out what's the highest level that the highest level is, and get on that. And get on that. You're not going to get on that reading books, my nigga. It's 2020, my nigga. You better be ready to take a fucking trip. Either you going to Mars with Elon Musk, nigga, or you going inside like Baba Kalindi was telling you niggas. You're going into the infinite inner space. But you got to make your mind up, because the weed ain't it. That's not enough. Shout out to Wesley. I'm about to put the plant down myself. That's a fact. That's a request from my wife. You know, I'm about to put the plant down for a minute. Shout out to Wesley. The research is too fucking staggering for me. I'm gonna pick up the shrooms though. You know, because that shit repairs your brain in the fucking neural networks. There's nothing else to talk about, right? And the toad activates your gamma waves in your brain. There's nothing to talk about. It floods your brain in gamma waves, like 360 waves. Nigga, if you understand what looking for God and where he is, there's nothing to talk about. I'm not holding no grown people's hands. And this is not for babies and teenagers either. Y'all are in school. Learn the ropes. You got teenagers tapping into grown rocket ship type of drugs. And these niggas come back to Earth looking like they 46. You know what I'm talking about? Yo, with that being said, I'm out. Love and light to the family. Yeah, we'll be back on Third Eye Thursday, all right, with another banger. Peace.